but instead let out jaykara for each. The Sahibzade fulfilled their duties on the battlefield and never thought of themselves higher than the Khalsa brothers at the ages of 19 and 15. The battle of Chamkaur Sahib saw the sacrifice and bravery of the Khalsa. It's an important lesson in staying strong in your religion, even though at the cost of your life. Never in history has there ever been a battle like this. As Sikhs, we should never forget our rich history, and we should try our best to follow the lead of our Shaheeds and Gusikhs. If I could ask Baba Ajit Singh Ji and Baba Jitrar Singh Ji a question, I would ask them to come from house for Sangat for their blessings. Deha Shiva Barmo Ehe, Shubhkarman Dek Puhu Natano, Nadino Arso Jabachai Lido, Nishankar Apni Jeet Karo, Arsikho Apni Himan Ko, Ehlal Chongur To Ochro, Jab Aapki Aad Nidaanam Ne, Athiran Mat Abjuj Miro. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह बोले सो निहाल सत श्री अकाल
वाहिगुरु वाहिगुरु हाँ जी वाहिगुरु वाहिगुरु वाहिगुरु
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह भाई साहब असी अरदास वास्ते तैयार हैं तो सारे बच्चे जड़े भी हॉल च बैठे ने एनी पार्टिसिपेंट्स एनी पेरेंट्स इफ़ यू आर नॉट डूइंग एनी सेवा प्लीज़ कम टू द हॉल दरबार हॉल चरण तुसी भाई साहब नूं पुछोगे
ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਤੁਧ ਅੱਗੇ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਹਮਾਰੀ, ਜਿਉ ਪਿੰਡ ਸਭ ਤੇਰਾ। ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਭ ਤੇਰੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ, ਕੋਈ ਨਾਉ ਨਾ ਜਾਣੇ ਮੇਰਾ। ਅਰਦਾਸ ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸ੍ਰੀ ਭਗਵਤੀ ਜੀ ਸਹਾਏ। ਵਾਰ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਭਗਵਤੀ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹੀ ਦਸਵੀਂ। ਪ੍ਰਥਮ ਭਗਵਤੀ ਸਿਮਰ ਕੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਲਈ ਧਿਆਏ, ਫਿਰ ਅੰਗਦ ਗੁਰ ਤੇ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਰਾਮਦਾਸੈ ਹੋਈ ਸਹਾਏ। ਅਰਜਨ ਹਰ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਮਰੋ, ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿ ਰਾਏ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਧਿਆਈਐ। ਜਿਸ ਡਿਠੈ ਸਭ ਦੁਖ ਜਾਏ, ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਿਮਰੀ ਐਂਕਰ ਨੌ ਨਿਧਿ ਆਵੇ ਧਾਏ। ਸਭ ਥਾਈ ਹੋਏ ਜੀ ਸਹਾਏ। ਦਸਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸਭ ਥਾਈ ਹੋਏ ਜੀ ਸਹਾਏ। ਦਸਾਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹੀਆਂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਜੋਤ, ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਕੇ ਪਾਠ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਦਾਰ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਧਰ ਕੇ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਜੀ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਪੰਜ ਪਿਆਰੇ, ਚਾਰ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦੇ, 40 ਮੁਕਤੇ, ਹੱਠੀਆਂ ਜਪੀਆਂ ਤਪੀਆਂ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਤੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਿਆ ਵੰਡ ਕੇ ਛਕਿਆ। ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਿੰਘਣੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਧਰਮ ਹੇਤ ਸੀਸ ਦਿੱਤੇ, ਬੰਦ ਬੰਦ ਕਟਾਏ, ਖੋਪਰੀਆਂ ਲੁਹਾਈਆਂ, ਚਰਖੜੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਚੜੇ, ਤਨ ਆਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਚਰਾਏ ਗਏ, ਦੇਗਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਬਾਲੇ ਗਏ, ਭੱਠੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਝੋਕੇ ਗਏ, ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਹਿਤ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀਆਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ, ਧਰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਾਰਿਆ, ਸਿੱਖੀ ਕੇਸਾਂ ਸਵਾਸਾਂ ਸੰਗ ਨਿਭਾਈ। ਤਿੰਨਾਂ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ, ਸੱਚਿਆਰਿਆਂ, ਸ਼ਹੀਦਾਂ, ਸਿੰਘ ਸਿੰਘਣੀਆਂ, ਭੁਜੰਗੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਧਰ ਕੇ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਜੀ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਪੰਜਾਂ ਤਖਤਾਂ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਦਾਰ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਧਰ ਕੇ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਜੀ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਪ੍ਰਥਮੇ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਹੈ। ਸਰਬੱਤ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਕੋ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਨਾਮ ਚਿਤਾਵੈ, ਚਿਤਾਵਨ ਕਾ ਸਦਕਾ ਸਰਬ ਸੁਖ ਹੋਵੇ। ਜਹਾਂ ਜਹਾਂ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਤਹਾਂ ਤਹਾਂ ਰਚਿਆ ਰਹਿਤ। ਦੇਗ ਤੇਗ ਫਤਿਹ ਬਿਰਦ ਕੀ ਪੈਜ, ਪੰਥ ਕੀ ਜੀਤ, ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਸਹਾਏ। ਗੁਰੂ ਖਾਲਸੇ ਜੀ ਕੇ ਬੋਲ ਬਾਲੇ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਜੀ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦਾਨ, ਕੇਸ ਦਾਨ, ਬਵੇਕ ਦਾਨ, ਵਿਸਾਹ ਦਾਨ, ਭਰੋਸਾ ਦਾਨ, ਦਾਨਾ ਸਰਦਾਨ, ਨਾਮਦਾਨ, ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਕੇ ਇਸ਼ਨਾਨ, ਚੌਂਕੀਆਂ, ਝੰਡੇ, ਬੁੰਗੇ, ਜੁਗੋ ਜੁਗ ਅਟਲ, ਧਰਮ ਕਾ ਜੈਕਾਰ। ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਕੇ ਬੋਲ ਬਾਲੇ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਜੀ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ ਮਨ ਨੀਵਾਂ, ਮਤ ਉੱਚੀ, ਮਤ ਕਾਰਾ ਖਾਪ, ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਹੇ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੰਥ ਦੇ ਸਦਾ ਸਹਾਈ ਦਾਤਾਰ ਜੀਓ। ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਨਨਕਾਣਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਗੁਰਧਾਮਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਪੰਥ ਨੂੰ ਵਿਛੋੜਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ, ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਦੀਦਾਰ ਤੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਸੰਭਾਲ ਦਾ ਦਾਨ ਆਪਣੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ। ਹੇ ਨਿਮਾਣਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਮਾਣ, ਨਿਤਾਣਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਤਾਣ, ਨਿਓਟਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਓਟ, ਨਿਆਸਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਆਸਰੇ, ਨਿਥਾਵਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਥਾਉ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਚਰਨ ਕਮਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਜੋਦਰੀ ਹੈ। ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀਓ, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਮੂਹ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੋ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਸੰਪੋਜ਼ੀਅਮ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਰੰਭਤਾ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗੇ ਹਨ, ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਆਪ ਪਾਵਨ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮੇ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਕੇ ਸੰਪੋਜ਼ੀਅਮ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਰੰਭਤਾ ਦਾ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰੋ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਸਿਰਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਮਿਹਰਾਂ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੱਥ ਰੱਖਣਾ, ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖੀ ਜੀਵਨ, ਨਾਮਦਾਨ, ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ, ਹਰਮਦਾਨ, ਫਤਿਹ ਬਖਸ਼ਣਾ, ਦੇਸ਼ ਕੌਮ ਦਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਬਖਸ਼ਣਾ, ਬਾਣੀ ਬਾਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਨਾ, ਮਿਹਰ ਕਰਨੀ। ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀਓ ਸੰਪੋਜ਼ੀਅਮ ਨੂੰ ਸਫਲਤਾ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਨੀ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੇ ਭੰਡਾਰਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕੜਾਹ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦ ਦੀ ਦੇਗ ਸੱਜ ਕੇ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਦਰ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਕਰਨਾ, ਦਰ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਹੋਇਆ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਕੋ ਵਰਤੇ। ਜੋ ਜੀ ਛਕੇ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਹੀ ਨਾਮ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਜਪੇ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਪਾਵਨ ਹੁਕਮ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ। ਸਹੀ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਮੇਲਣੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਹੀ ਨਾਮ ਚਿਤ ਆਵੇ। ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾਮ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ, ਤੇਰੇ ਭਾਣੇ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਦਾ ਭਲਾ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਦੋਹਰਾ ਆਗਿਆ ਭਈ ਅਕਾਲ ਕੀ, ਤਬੈ ਚਲਾਇਓ ਪੰਥ। ਸਭ ਸਿੱਖਨ ਕੋ ਹੁਕਮ ਹੈ, ਗੁਰੂ ਮਾਨਿਓ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ। ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਜੀ ਮਾਨਿਓ, ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਗੁਰਾਂ ਕੀ ਦੇ। ਜੋ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕੋ ਮਿਲਬੋ ਚਾਹੈ, ਖੋਜ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਮੈਂ ਲੇ। ਰਾਜ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਆਕੀ ਰਹਿ ਨਾ ਕੋਏ। ख्वार होए सब मिलेंगे, बचे शरण जो होए। बोले सो निहाल, सत श्री ਅਕਾਲ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸਤਨਾਮ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ। ਜੋ ਤੋ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਖੇਲਣ ਕਾ ਚਾਓ, ਸਿਰ ਧਰ ਤਲੀ ਗਲੀ ਮੋਰੀ ਆਓ। ਪਿਤ ਮਾਰਗ ਪੈਰ ਧਰੀਜੈ, ਸਿਰ ਦੀਜੈ ਕਾਨ ਨਾ ਕੀਜੈ। ਸੋ ਕਹੋ ਟਲ ਗੁਰ ਸੇਵੀਐ, ਅਹਨਸ ਸਹਿਜ ਸੁਭਾਏ। ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਪਰਸਿਐ ਗੁਰੂ ਕੈ, ਜਨਮ ਮਰਨ ਦੁਖ ਜਾਏ। ਟੋਡੀ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਪੰਜਵਾਂ। ਹਰ ਹਰ ਚਰਨ ਹਿਰਦੈ ਉਰ ਧਾਰੇ, ਸਿਮਰ ਸੁਆਮੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਆਪਣਾ, ਕਾਰਜ ਸਫਲ ਹਮਾਰੇ। ਹਰ ਹਰ ਚਰਨ ਹਿਰਦੈ ਉਰ ਧਾਰੇ, ਸਿਮਰ ਸੁਆਮੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਆਪਣਾ, ਕਾਰਜ ਸਫਲ ਹਮਾਰੇ। ਰਹਾਓ। ਪੁੰਨ ਦਾਨ ਪੂਜਾ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ, ਹਰ ਕੀਰਤ ਤਤ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ। ਗੁਣ ਗਾਵਤ ਅਤੁਲ ਸੁਖ ਪਾਇਆ, ਠਾਕੁਰ ਅਗਮ ਅਪਾਰੇ। ਜੋ ਜਨ ਪਾਰ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੀਨੇ, ਤਿਨ ਕਾ ਬਹੁਰ ਕਛ ਨ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ। ਨਾਮ ਰਤਨ ਸੁਨ ਜਪ ਜਪ ਜੀਵਾ, ਹਰ ਨਾਨਕ ਕੰਠ ਮਝਾਰੇ। ਜੋ ਜਨ ਪਾਰ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੀਨੇ, ਤਿਨ ਕਾ ਬਹੁਰ ਕਛ ਨ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ। ਨਾਮ ਰਤਨ ਸੁਨ ਜਪ ਜਪ ਜੀਵਾ, ਹਰ ਨਾਨਕ ਕੰਠ ਮਝਾਰੇ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਤੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡਾ ਰੀਜਨਲ ਸਪੀਚ ਸਿੰਪੋਜ਼ੀਅਮ, ਜੋ ਕਿ 24th ਰੀਜਨਲ ਸਪੀਚ ਸਿੰਪੋਜ਼ੀਅਮ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਸਿੰਪੋਜ਼ੀਅਮ ਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਹੈ। ਡੈਲਸ ਫੋਰਟ ਵਰਥ 24 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਇਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਪਾਰਟੀਸਪੇਟ ਕਰਦਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ। ਅਤੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਮੈਂ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੂੰ कि यूलिस गुरु घर दे, गारलैंड गुरु घर दे, एक नूर गुरु घर दे ते रिचर्डसन दे बच्चे ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਿਪੇਟ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ and we are very glad and we welcome all our participants to join us here for the 24th Regional Speech Symposium. So before we get ready with the kids, ਕਿਹੜੇ check in ਕਰ ਗਏ ਨੇ, couple of things I want to do. Judges, ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ timekeeper I think is here. So ਬੱਚੋ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਫਰਸਟ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ, ਸੋ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਿਓ there will be 3 bells. One bell 4 minutes 30 seconds, second bell 5 minutes and the third bell is 5 minutes 30 seconds. ਜਦੋਂ ਤੀਸਰੀ ਬੈਲ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਹੈ, ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ, you can look at your parents and kind of if you are in a competitive mode then just stop it after that, because the numbers that we take away after third bell, I will suggest you कि ये worth नहीं है कि तुसी लंबे देर तक बोलते रहो. But I have seen some of the participants, even in international symposium, they think I want to say what I want to say. That's their choice and they can do it. So don't worry about the bell. Just do as much as you can do it. The next thing is कि ਸਾਰੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਏ ਡੋਰ ਸੇਵਾ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਡੇ ਸੇਵਾਦਾਰ ਖੜੇ ਨੇ. ਜਦੋਂ ਹੀ ਬੱਚਾ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਪੈਂਟ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੁਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਮਾਈਕ ਸੈੱਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਟੂਲ 'ਤੇ ਖੜਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਹਾਊ ਦਾ ਹਾਈਟ ਐਂਡ ਐਵਰੀਥਿੰਗ ਇਜ਼. ਇਨ ਬਿਟਵੀਨ ਦੋਜ਼ 2 minutes judges are writing the comments on the past participant, so the one who has already spoke. So ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਪੈਂਟ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, we always give them ਚੌਰ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ and I will be there or somebody else will be there ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਚੌਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ. ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਸੈਕੰਡ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਪੈਂਟ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਪਲੇਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ, they sit over there and then they come back and matha take and go to their parents or wherever they want to go. So please, I know you are very excited. ਆਪਣੀ ਸਪੀਚ ਬੋਲਣ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਦਿਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਫਟਾਫਟ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੀਏ ਮੰਮੀ ਡੈਡੀ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ ਦੱਸੀਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ how did I do and you want to get the approval. But I think Guru Ji ne sanu kiya, no matter what kind of battlefield you are, which is kind of a battlefield today, in your mind, you come back, be sahaj, and tell yourself, whatever I did right. So you can talk to yourself at that time. I feel like Vaheguru ne sanu pata nahi kis tarah ye seva di agya bakshi कि it's a self-reflection. सारे बच्चे बैठ के शांत होके then they go next when the second participant comes. So that is a great way to do it too. The third thing I will, for the सारी संगत वास्ते, please, if you are in Darbar Hall, your phone should be completely silent. Completely silent. If vibration भी थोड़ी इन्नी है कि for judges too, कि you kind of disturb you or the watches that you have on your self, please take them away, because us 30 second 20 second जो बच्चा बोल गया ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਭਟਕ ਗਿਆ and ਬਾਅਦ ਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਇਹ ਲਿਖਤਾ ਕਿ ਤੂੰ ਇਹਦਾ ਜਵਾਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤਾ. I have seen sometimes the kids parents and the participants come back and said I did write about this and I don't know what happened, and they send me speeches too. So for judges, please take away phones completely. And then the next thing is that for the Sangat too, when I hear one ring, it really breaks my heart. This is a regional competition. Any participant who is speaking forgets for even 5 seconds, it can affect their presentation, it can affect how they are going to continue, or maybe they will forget few lines. Please, ਸਾਰੇ participants ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਅੱਖ ਨਾਲ ਦੇਖਣ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਨਾ ਸੋਚੋ ਮੇਰੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਦਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ, ਦੂਜੇ ਦਾ ਇੰਨਾ ਡਿਸਟਰਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ. ਹਰ ਵਕਤ ਸੋਚੋ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਪੈਂਟ ਕੋਈ ਖੜਾ, that is my kid and we should not disturb. So ਇਸੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਗਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਛੋਟੇ ਬੱਚੇ हैं और ਤੰਗ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ, of course ਉਹ ਛੋਟੇ ਨੇ, and I understand, either stay very close to the door so you can exit right now at that time. Don't take the chance ਕਿ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ 30 second ਲੱਗਣ. 30 seconds speech ਕਿਤੋਂ ਦੀ ਕਿਤੇ ਚਲੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. I'm very particular about these things. And then there are people who want to do the matha take aana chahte ne, we allow them only between the transition in those 2 minutes. So sangat ji, agar thwade naal bhi koi bachcha baitha je, chahe ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੈ ਚਾਹੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਦਿਓ ਕਿ ਲੈਟਸ ਨਾਟ ਟਾਕ, ਲੈਟਸ ਨਾਟ ਸੇ ਐਨੀਥਿੰਗ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ? ਇਹ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਹੈ, ਨਾਟ ਕਿ ਇਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਹੋਏਗਾ. ਵੀ ਆਰ very much aware of how much practice you have done for this symposium. So these rules will help you quite a lot. And judges ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਟਾਈਮ ਕੀਪਰ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ, ਟਾਈਮ ਕਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਬੈਲਸ ਵੱਜਣ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਫਿਕਰ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. And please judges, right now sign your forms. One is the judges declaration form that says that I have not helped anybody and I'm not the relative of any of the participants. Sign and date. And then the second page is the your score sheet. Sign and date right now. If you do any extra pages that's in the folders, sign all the pages. Last time, between all the 4 groups, all the comments that was there, it took me 4 hours to bring every kids, each ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੇ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਵਿਦ ਈਚ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਦੀ ਲਿਖਾਈ ਦੇਖਣੀ ਪਈ, ਕਦੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਫੋਲਡਰ 'ਚੋਂ ਕੱਢਦੇ ਵਕਤ ਵੀ ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਗਲਤੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਉੱਪਰ ਨੀਚੇ. ਸੋ ਪਲੀਜ਼ say, and if you can say in the end, those things you can do in the end too. If you can say group 1, group 2, whatever, that helps us too. The other thing is, ਦਰਬਾਰ ਹਾਲ ਦੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਤੀ ਹੈ, ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਸਮਝਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਪੀਚ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਉਣਾ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਨਾਮ ਕਾਫੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਨਾਊਂਸਮੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਯੂ ਟੇਕ ਯੋਰ ਟਾਈਮ, ਯੂ ਡੋਂਟ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ ਰਸ਼ ਐਂਡ ਰਨ, ਯੂ ਜਸਟ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਟੇਕ ਯੋਰ ਟਾਈਮ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ 2 ਮਿੰਟਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ. ਪਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਆਉਣਾ, ਭੱਜ ਕੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਣਾ, ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕਣਾ. Why we do it? Because we are not teaching you only Sikh history. We are also teaching you the wisdom and the Sikh principles. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੱਥਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਟੇਕਦੇ ਹੋ, it's not, I don't know how you think about it, but all the kids, I will tell you, when ਮੈਂ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕਦੀ ਹਾਂ, ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਕੁਛ ਆ ਉਹ ਸਭ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੈ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਦਿਓ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਪਾਵਰ ਦਿਓ. ਅਤੇ ਵੈਨ ਯੂ ਗੋ ਦੇਅਰ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਰਸ਼ ਨਾ ਕਰਿਆ ਕਰੋ, ਆਰਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕੋ. ਦੇਰ ਇਜ਼ ਇਨਫ ਟਾਈਮ, ਨੋਬਡੀ ਇਜ਼ ਰਨਿੰਗ ਹੀਅਰ. ਐਂਡ ਟਾਕ ਟੂ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ. ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਇਜ਼ ਸਮਬਡੀ, ਈਵਨ ਇਫ ਉੱਥੇ ਬਾਣੀ 'ਚ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇੱਜ਼ਤ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ. ਟਾਕ ਟੂ ਹਿਮ, ਟਾਕ ਟੂ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਐਂਡ ਸੇ, ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਦਿਓ, ਮੈਂ ਅੱਛੀ ਵਾਲੀ ਸਪੀਚ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਵਾਂ. ਪਰ ਭੱਜ ਕੇ ਨਾ ਕਰਿਓ, ਆਰਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਆਓ. ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਟਾਈਮ, ਆਈ ਹੈਵ ਸੀਨ. ਐਂਡ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੌੜ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਜਾਣਾ, ਅਗੇਨ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕ ਕੇ, ਦੈਟ ਮੀਨਸ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ, ਯੂ ਹੈਲਪਡ ਮੀ ਐਂਡ ਆਈ ਰੀਅਲੀ ਐਮ ਥੈਂਕਫੁਲ, ਹੈ ਨਾ. ਫਿਰ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ ਕੋਲ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ. ਸੋ ਦੋਜ਼ ਥਿੰਗਸ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਗੋਨਾ ਟੀਚ ਯੂ ਗਾਇਜ਼ ਟੂ, ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਵੀ ਵਾਂਟ ਥੀਜ਼ symposium kids taking care of all the symposium by themselves, should know ardas, should know wak lena, should know everything. So they are not dependent ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ 'ਚ, ਇਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੈਲਪ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲੀ. I want you to be self-independent. And here I am going to start with, I think if I am not forgetting anything else, I'm going to start with the questions. Group 1, Arjun Singh is here, Dea Kaur, Ganeev Kaur, Jia Kaur, Hunar Kaur, Maneet Singh. Who is Sahaj Kaur? Sahaj Kaur ਦਾ tick mark ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ. Zorawar Singh. So Sahaj Kaur, we will go back again. Sahaj Kaur, yeah, Sahaj. Garland Gurdwara ਤੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਨ ਵਾਲੇ, ਕੋਈ ਟੈਕਸਟ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ. Dea Kaur ਦੇ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ, if you can text Sahaj Kaur ਦੇ. ਹਾਂਜੀ, so that will be great. ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਐਂਡ ਤੱਕ ਅਨਾਊਂਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਵਾਂਗੇ, ਐਸੀ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. And next we have done quite a lot of training for the judges. So ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਾ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ. ਪਰ ਇਸ group 6 to 8 years old, the illustrated story of Chamkaur Sahib, we are already late. There are 3 questions there. Is anybody required, does anybody require to talk about the questions again? Because generally speaking, if they are there, we don't have to repeat. We are already 9:40. ठीक है जी. So ਪਹਿਲੀ bell, as soon as the participant comes here, we start with the timekeeper. Okay, first word out of their mouth. Yeah, for the bell. Okay, that's what the bell is. Yeah. But like I said, if your parents said don't pay attention to the bell, don't pay attention. Okay? So this is our group 1, and I'm going to ask anybody. First participant is Dea Kaur. It's so funny. She was practicing here. She's the first one who came here, and she's the first one to proceed. So, judges, are you ready? Okay.
Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह धन गुरु गोबिंद सिंह साहिब जी धन गुरु गोबिंद सिंह साहिब जी Emperor Aurangzeb realized that he was going to have a problem dealing with the Sikhs after Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Shahidi. With the growing support of Guru Gobind Singh Ji in Anandapur, Emperor Aurangzeb felt threatened with the growth of Sikhism. He did not know Guru Gobind Singh Ji was the King of Kings. Hak Yaga Guru Gobind Singh, Shah Shin Shah Guru Gobind Singh. This is the reason why Nawab Dilawar Khan and his son attacked Guru Gobind Singh Ji in 1695. The Mughals and Hindu Rajas would attack Guru Gobind Singh Ji many times, surround Anandpur, hoping to defeat the Sikh army. During this time, Guru Gobind Singh Ji created the Khalsa, the army of God. He gave homage of 5 Sikhs known as the Panj Pyare from different regions and castes. The equality given to all people threatened the Hindu society the most as they believe in the caste system. This is why they joined the Mughals in attacking Guru Gobind Singh Ji. The Sikhs, inspired by their brave Guru and his presence, remained courageous in each battle as they were outnumbered. The Khalsa would gain victories through its bravery and skillful fighting, but mostly with the blessings of Guruji himself. Guruji said on Vaisakhi in 1699, Sava lakh se ek lana, tabe Gobind Singh naam kaha. The upcoming battle will prove these words to be true. Upon leaving Anandpur Sahib, Guruji and the Sangat went different directions due to the flood of the Sassa River. Guruji, along with Baba Jeet Singh Ji and Baba Jitra Singh Ji and 40 other Singhs, set up their camp at the request of Chaudhry Buddhi Chand. Zaid Khan did not want to miss the opportunity to defeat Guru Gobind Singh Ji and followed him. The Mughal army surrounded the fort the very next day. Battle started on December 22nd, 1704. The Mughals had 1 million soldiers with them. During the battle, the Singhs, along with Baba Jeet Singh Ji and Baba Jitra Singh Ji, attained Shahidi. Guruji never once cried but still lit a jikara for each. The Sahibzade fulfilled their duties on the battlefield and never thought of themselves higher than the Khalsa brothers at the ages of 19 and 15. The battle of Chamkaur Sahib showed the sacrifice and bravery of the Khalsa. It's an important lesson in staying strong in in your religion, even though at the cost of your life. Never in history has there ever been a battle like this. As Sikhs, we should never forget our rich history, and we should try our best to follow the lead of our Shaheeds and Gursikhs. If I could ask Baba Ajit Singh Ji and Baba Jitrar Singh Ji a question, I would ask them to come from my house for Sangat and receive their blessings. Deha Shiva Barmo Ehe. Shubhakarman te kabahu natano, nadano arso jo bachai lado, निश्चय अपनी जीत करो और सिखो अपनी ही मन को एहलाल छोंगण तो उचरो जब आपकी आद निदान बने अधीर में तब जूझ मरो वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह बोले सोनिहाल सत श्री अकाल
The next participant who should be ready and hear Arjun Singh.
वाहिगुरु वाहिगुरु
It is 2 minutes over. Ready?
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Arjun Singh Katra. I'm a participant from Iknar Gurdwara. Today, I will talk about a few topics from Sikh history. Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb attacked Anandpur Sahib in 1695 due to the following reasons. Number 1. Aurangzeb martyred Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji for defending religious freedom of Kashmiri Pandits. He also wanted to kill Guru Gobind Singh Ji as he fears they would threaten his tyrannical rule in North India. On the other hand, the martyrdom of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji showed the 10th Guru an urgent need to resist injustice actively and protect the community from religious prosecution. Number 2. Aurangzeb martyred Guru Tegh Aurangzeb was also jealous of Guruji, as his Sikh followers called him truthful Pacha, which is not acceptable to him, as he was the king of Delhi. Number 3. Guru Gobind Singh Ji helped hill states to defeat Mughals, who attacked them for refusal to pay yearly tributes to him in 1691 at Nodon. Even though this victory gave them the advantage, hill chiefs settled with the Mughals. But Guruji refused to do so, as it was against the Guruji's philosophy of fighting tyranny and injustice by force. After that, Aurangzeb deputed Rustam Khan with his army to attack Anandpur Sahib to make Guruji submit to him and send him a tribute in 1695. But Sikhs won this battle, and Rustam Khan and his army fled away by leaving their weapons behind. Guruji lived in Anandpur Sahib, which falls in Kalar state of Raja Bhim Chand. He and other hill chiefs maintained an uneasy relationship whose growing influence and military strength after the establishment of Khalsa in 1699 was viewed with suspicion and jealousy. They tried to dislodge him out of Anandpur Sahib, but failed. So desperate, they appealed to Aurangzeb for help by portraying militarized congregation as a threat to the Mughal religion and political sovereignty while underlying self-interest in the matter. After that, there were a series of conflicts between Mughal Hill State armies and Khalsa, in which Khalsa was victorious. When the news of all defeats reached Aurangzeb, he was furious and ordered to kill Guruji and his followers. Then the Mughal Hill State armies attacked Anandpur Sahib in May 1704 with full force, but they remained besieged for 7 months at Anandpur Sahib and failed in their mission. Instead, they promised a safe passage to Guruji and his Sikhs if he evacuates Anandpur Sahib on swearing in the name of Quran and cow. After that, at insistence of Khalsa and safety of Sikhs, Guruji left Anandpur Sahib with his followers. But the Mughals betrayed the Sikhs by breaking the vows of Quran and cow, only to be ambushed by them while crossing Sarsa rivulet, in which many Sikh warriors lost their lives, and followed Guruji to Chamkaur Sahib. The Battle of Chamkaur Sahib was fought in December 1704 between Guruji and his 40 warriors on one side and massive combined armies of Mughal and Hill State on the other side. We have learned that Sikhs fought valiantly, showcasing extraordinary courage in this battle, and attained martyrdom, including Sahibzada Ajit Singh Ji and Sahibzada Jujhar Singh Ji, but Mughals failed to capture Guruji. The events of Anandpur Sahib in 1704 strengthened the Khalsa spirit, and the hardships endured during the battle brought the Sikh community close together for collective purpose. The bravery and sacrifices made by Guruji and Sikhs during the siege and battle served an inspiration for fighting Mughals in every battle after that with courage and bravery. From the martyrdom of Sahibzadas, we have learned the importance of standing firm against oppression, even when outnumbered. The principle of righteous struggle is more important than victory. Their martyrdom became a powerful symbol of resistance against oppression. Firstly, I want to ask Sahibzadas how, at this young age, they maintained so much courage and bravery in the battlefield. How did they refuse to renounce their faith and chose martyrdom? Secondly, why they chose sacrifice instead of living a comfortable life. How they had so much clarity, loyalty, and dedication in defending what they strongly believed in. I want answers to these questions for guidance to future generations. I would like to add that if they had not paid ultimate sacrifice, India may not be a home to Hindu and Sikhs. So I suggest that the Indian government must incorporate their tales of sacrifice and bravery into educational curriculum across the country. Thank you. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Okay, the next participant is Ganeev Kaur.
Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Vaheguru.
Judges, your 2 minutes over, but tell me, are you ready? Okay. Ganeev Kaur, judges, and make sure the spellings are all right. So Ganeev Kaur, Ganeev.
ਗੱਜ ਕੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਈਏ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸਾਜੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਪੰਥ ਦੇ ਅਸੂਲਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੱਕ ਤੇ ਸੱਚ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਖੜਨਾ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਹੈ। ਖਾਲਸੇ ਦੇ ਮੁਗਲਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਜੰਗ ਦਾ ਕਾਰਨ ਜ਼ਰ, ਜ਼ਮੀਨ ਜਾਂ ਰਾਜ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਲਕਿ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਸੋਚ, ਧਰਮ ਤੇ ਇਖਲਾਕ ਸੀ। ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਚੇ ਰਾਜਨੀਤਿਕ ਅਤੇ ਧਾਰਮਿਕ ਅਸੂਲਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਲੋਕ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਦੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸਨ। ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਬੁਲਾਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਸਨ ਤੇ ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਸਮੇਂ ਦਾ ਬਾਦਸ਼ਾਹ ਸੀ। ਹਉਮੈ ਦੇ ਹਨੇਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਬਰਦਾਸ਼ਤ ਨਾ ਕਰ ਸਕਿਆ ਕਿ ਕਲਗੀਆਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਏ। ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਘੋੜੇ ਹੋਣ, ਉਹ ਸ਼ਸਤਰਧਾਰੀ ਹੋਣ, ਸ਼ਿਕਾਰ ਕਰਨ ਤੇ ਗੁਲਾਮੀ ਤੋਂ ਇਨਕਾਰੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਣ। ਇਹੀ ਕਾਰਨ ਸਨ ਕਿ 1695 ਵਿੱਚ ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਰੁਸਤਮ ਖਾਨ ਤੇ ਦਿਲਾਵਰ ਖਾਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਫੌਜ ਭੇਜ ਕੇ ਅਨੰਦਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ 'ਤੇ ਹਮਲਾ ਕੀਤਾ। ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੇ ਪੂਰੀ ਦਲੇਰੀ ਨਾਲ ਹਮਲਾ ਦਾ ਜਵਾਬ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਤੇ ਮੁਗਲ ਫੌਜਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਭਜਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ। What inspired the Sikhs to be so brave in all these battles? ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਅਤੇ ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਸ਼ਹਾਦਤਾਂ, ਪੰਜ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਦੀ ਨਿਡਰਤਾ ਤੇ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਅਟਲ ਹੁਕਮਾਂ ਤੇ ਅਟੁੱਟ ਭਰੋਸਾ। ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਕਣ ਵੇਲੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਸੀਸ ਦੇ ਹੀ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸੀ। ਹੁਣ ਕਿਸ ਗੱਲ ਦੀ ਫਿਕਰ? गिद्दड़ा तो मैं शेर बनाओ, चिड़ियों से मैं बाज तराओ, 1.25 लाख से एक लड़ाओ, तबे गोबिंद सिंह नाम कहाओ। आनंदपुर साहिब दा किला छड़ के गुरु गोबिंद सिंह जी ने 2 ਵੱਡੇ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦੇ ਅਤੇ 40 ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਚਮਕੌਰ ਦੀ ਗੜੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਡੇਰਾ ਲਗਾਇਆ। ਦਸੰਬਰ 1704 ਵਿੱਚ ਚਮਕੌਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਅਨੋਖੀ ਜੰਗ ਹੋਈ। ਮੁਗਲ ਫੌਜ of 1 million to fight 42 fearless lines of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Why did this battle take place? Aurangzeb di घबराहट. Why is Sikh qawm sovereign and fearless? Why are they not afraid of torture and killings? How are they unstoppable? Why can't they be enslaved? बस एक हिंद में तीरथ है यात्रा के लिए, कटाए बाप ने बेटे जहां खुदा के लिए। चमकौर दी जंग तो मैं ये सिक्ख्या, पहला सिख ते गुरु दा रिश्ता कि धन गुरु गोबिंद सिंह जी सिर्फ सिखां दे सिर मंगते ही नहीं, लोड़ पैण ते अपने पुत्रां नूं कुर्बान भी कर देंदे हन। 4 मोए तो क्या हुआ, जीवत कई हजार। दूजा खंडे दी पाहल दी ताकत अनमुल्ली है। तीजा the epitome of surrender. To what extent our ancestors have gone to surrender themselves to Sikhi. It is truly phenomenal. Chautha, I have also learned whom to idealize in my life. I don't look at fictional superheroes anymore. I am a big fan of our true superheroes Baba Ajit Singh Ji and Baba Jujhar Singh Ji, and I want to follow their footsteps in my life. To answer the last question, the lessons that I learned from the martyrdom of Baba Ajit Singh Ji and Baba Jujhar Singh Ji are several. Pehla, courage and bravery in the face of adversity. Duja, leadership and responsibility. Tija, valor in upholding justice. Chautha, endurance and faith. ਜੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦੇ ਵੀਰਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਸਵਾਲ ਪੁੱਛਣ ਦਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਏ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਪੁੱਛਾਂਗੀ ਕਿ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਜ਼ਬਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ 10 ਲੱਖ ਦੀ ਫੌਜ ਨਾਲ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਮੁਕਾਬਲਾ ਕਰਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਜ਼ਰਾ ਡਰ ਨਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ, ਹਜ਼ਾਰਾਂ ਤੀਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਕੋਈ ਦਰਦ ਨਾ ਹੋਇਆ। ਮੇਰੀ ਛੋਟੀ ਸਮਝ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਸਮਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ। ਲਾਲ ਚੋਲਨਾ ਤੇ ਤਨ ਸੋਹਿਆ, ਸੁਰਜਨ ਭਾਨੀ ਤਾਂ ਮਨ ਮੋਹਿਆ, ਕਵਨ ਬਨੀਰੀ ਤੇਰੀ ਲਾਲੀ, ਕਵਨ ਰੰਗ ਤੂੰ ਪਈ ਗੁਲਾਲੀ। मैं सवाल तां पुछांगी कि जो मैनू पता चले वो की बख्शिश है, केड़ा आनंद है जो जन्म मरण की पीड़ मुका दिंदा है। मैनू तो इन्नी जिन्नी भी दर्द बर्दाश्त नहीं होंदी। पिछले दिनों विच मेरे गोडे ते सट लग गई सी ते मैं 2 दिन तक बहुत पीड़ विच रही, पर साहिबजादे मैं भी इदां दी हिम्मत ते ताकत चाहुंदी हाँ। गुरु साहिब जी, छतरी को पूत हो बामन को ना है, कहतब आवत हो जो करो, और जंजाल जितो ग्रह को, तुहे त्याग कहाँ चित्ता में तरो। अब रीछ कह दे हो वह है हमको, जो हो बिनती कद जोड़ करो। जब आव की औद निदान बने अधीरन में तब जूझ मरो। जब आव की औद निदान बने अधीरन में तब जूझ मरो। वाहिगुरू जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरू जी की फतेह।
So the next one is Zorawar Singh.
वाहेगुरु। वाहेगुरु।
Judges 2-minute time. So this is Zorawar Singh.
गुरु दी निगी गोद दा आनंद मान रही, गुरु प्यारी साध संगत जी फतेह परवान करो। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। Today, let's begin talking about the Mughal attack on Anandpur Sahib in 1695. The attack in 1695 was driven by a political, religious, and strategic motives. Firstly, Guru Gobind Singh Ji's rising power threatened Aurangzeb, who conspired with the hill Rajas to crush Sikh resistance. Secondly, Guru Gobind Singh Ji stand against oppression and forced conversion that challenged the Mughal rule. Thirdly, Anandpur Sahib was becoming a fortified Sikh center, making it a target for destruction. Now, let's talk about the unmatched bravery of the Sikhs in the battles that followed after 1704. By 1704, the siege of Anandpur Sahib was marked by betrayal. False promises of safe passages led to brutal treacheries. Yet the Sikhs stood firm, living by Guru Gobind Singh Ji's teachings. चिड़िया तो मैं बाज कराऊं, गिदना तो मैं शेर बनाऊं. Then, the creation of the Khalsa in 1699 gave the Sikhs a unique identity, making them saint warriors. Khalsa mero roop hai khas, Khalse mein ho karo nivas. The martyrdom of Guru Gobind Singh Ji's 4 Sahibzade further ignited the Sikh spirit. Guru Gobind Singh Ji inspired them that thousands of Khalsas will now thrive. इन पुत्रन के शीस पर वार दिए सो चार मुए तो क्या हुआ, जीवत कई हजार. Even after Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Sikhs under Banda Singh Bahadur avenged these injustices, living by the principle Dekh Fateh. Moving along, the Battle of Chumkaur Sahib took place on 22nd December 1704. After the Mughals broke their promise during the siege of Anandpur Sahib, they attacked Guru Gobind Singh Ji again, hoping to destroy the Sikh community. But Guru Gobind Singh Ji and his family escaped, but they were separated. Mata Gujri Ji and the younger Sahibzade were captured, while Guru Gobind Singh Ji and the elder Sahibzade moved towards Chamkaur Sahib and took refuge in a mud fort. Soon, thousands of Mughal troops led by Wazir Khan surrounded them. Aurangzeb demanded Guruji's surrender or death to end the Sikh resistance, but Guru Gobind Singh Ji chose to fight instead. Guru Gobind Singh Ji and his 40 brave Sikhs, along with Sahibzada Ajit Singh Ji and Sahibzada Jujar Singh Ji faced a huge Mughal army, but they were outnumbered. The Battle of Chamkaur Sahib was not just a fight, it showed us how bravery, loyalty, and doing what's right can make a difference. Even though Guru Gobind Singh Ji loved his sons dearly, put the greater good first. He watched his sons fight bravely and become martyrs for their beliefs. Mera mujh mein kich nahi, jo kich hai so tera. Tera tujhko saupate, kya lage mera. Put paga hai shadidi, ताम भी शुक्र बना है जिसने सिलाल बख्शे लेखे उसे दिलाए. So, the key lessons that we learned from the martyrdom of Sahibzada Ajit Singh Ji and Sahibzada Jujar Singh Ji are, firstly, unwavering courage. देश बाबर मोह है शुभ कर्म ते कभू न डरो जो तारो और सो जब जाए लड़ो निश्चय करे अपनी जीत करो. Despite being young warriors, they fearlessly fought against the Mughal forces at Chamkaur Sahib. Their bravery teaches us to stand firm in the face of difficulties and never back down from challenges. Secondly, sacrifice for truth and justice. Sura so pehchaniye jo lade deen ke het. Purja kat mare kabu na chhade khet. Their selfless sacrifice reminds us of the true strength that lies in standing for what is right. Faith over fear. Jin prem kiyo, tin hi prab payo. Their story teaches us that complete faith in Vaheguru can give us strength to overcome any fear. Last but not least, accepting God's will. Tera kiya meetha lage, naam padarat nanak mange. Sahibzade embraced their martyrdom with joy and faith, knowing that it was all Vaheguru's divine will. If I had the opportunity to ask Sahibzade a question, it would be, many people fear losing comforts. When life doesn't go our way, we complain. I want to understand how they had complete faith in Vaheguru even when facing death. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
The next one is Honor Kaur.
Vaheguru.
I think judges are ready before 2 minutes. Thank you. This is Hunar Kaur, Hunar, Hunar Kaur.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। चिड़िया ते मैं बास लड़ाऊं, गिदरा तो मैं शेर बनाऊं, 1.25 से एक लड़ाऊं, तबे गोबिंद सिंह नाम कहाऊं। साथ संगत जी, when you think of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, how does it make you feel? Do you feel a great aura and power surrounding you? This is exactly how the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb felt. The difference is that you feel love and pride for Guruji, while Aurangzeb felt a great threat to his throne. For example, 1. Guruji held the bar in which Guruji and his disciples rode horses and learned Shastra Vidya, an act only for the king's men, which Guruji now empowered anyone and everyone to pursue. 2. Guruji held the bar in which Nagara was played and Nishan Sahib was displayed, hence challenging a solitary rule. 3. Guruji taught people to live free of caste and creed by including everyone from various social classes into his Khalsa Fauj. 4. In love for Guruji, his disciples started calling him Sache Pacha, true Lord. So you see, Sad Sangat Ji, Guruji was empowering us and teaching us a way of life that was truthful, just, equal, and liberating. Love for Guruji was growing, and his power and influence on people was increasing day by day. This feared Aurangzeb of retaliation, and as a response, he attacked Anandpur Sahib time and time again. Guru Gobind Singh Ji stood with the Sikhs in every difficulty and every battle, not preaching, but showing with his actions what courage and bravery truly is. Biggest testament of Guruji's humbleness was when he took Amrit from Panchpare, earning him the name Ape Gurujilla. Guruji did not differentiate the Sikhs from his own Sahibzadis and treated all as his children. Baba Jeet Singh Ji and Baba Jujhar Singh Ji fought the battles of God among other Sikh soldiers, undifferentiated. Seeing this unconditional love, courage, and bravery, the Sikhs were inspired by Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Their love for their Guru, the very presence of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, and with their support, the Sikhs were willing to do anything. A revolution seated in Sikhs' heart and soul motivated them to fight every battle with Mughals with great courage and bravery. After getting defeated at countless battles, including the Battle of Anandpur Sahib, the Mughal forces felt helpless and wanted Guruji out of Anandpur Sahib, the most sacred and powerful land of Sikhs. To achieve this goal, the Mughals offered a peace treaty that promised Guruji and his Fauj safe passage out of the fort. However, as the Khalsa Fauj left Anandpur Sahib, the Mughal forces under the command of Azir Khan broke their promise and attacked the Sikhs near the river Sirsa. Unable but determined to capture Guru Gobind Singh Ji, the Mughals and Rajput hill chiefs came to know of Guruji's whereabouts at Chamkaur Sahib. Hence, on December 22, 1704, they attacked the fort. Guruji and his 46 were residing. We call this battle Chamkaur Di Gadi. The lessons I learned from the battle of Chamkaur Sahib are courage, resilience, and absolute faith. There may be times when a task may seem impossible, full of struggles, outnumbering my physical and mental capacity, but I should never give up. There are times when I am scared to play in a chess tournament or softball game in fear of losing, but the Battle of Chamkaur Sahib teaches me to overcome my fears and be there for my teammates no matter what the outcome may be. Staying honest to myself, maintaining a strategic plan, courage to follow a path, however difficult it may be, and above all, having faith in my Vaheguru to lead me to the right direction are some of the lessons I will keep with myself from the Battle of Chamkaur Sahib. Baba Jeet Singh Ji was 17 years old, and Baba Jujhar Singh Ji was only 14 years old at the time of their Shahidi. The two Sahibzadeh Shahidi taught me that age is just a number, nothing more or nothing less. I have learned from the Sahibzadehs that my age should never limit me from doing things that are good for me. Learning about the Sahibzadeh also makes me think of 1. Respect, respecting my elders and carrying out their orders at any cost. 2. Balance, balancing the spirituality with the fearless spirit.
I fear dark rooms and want to overcome that fear. If I could ask the Vande Sahibzadis anything, I would ask them, how do you train your mind to be so brave and fearless? One of my current goals is to keep myself calm in difficult times, and trust me, it is hard. Virji, which part or activity did you do to keep yourself calm and motivated in tough times? Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next one is Sahaj Kaur. Is she here? Okay. चलो next ਦਾ देखते हैं. हाँ जी हो सकता. I'm gonna take out the next name. Maneet Singh.
Vaheguru.
Judges are done. This is Maneet Singh.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਸਿੱਖ ਦੀ ਮੁਗਲਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਲੜਾਈ ਸਿਰਫ ਹਾਰ ਜਿੱਤ ਚੌੜਾ ਲਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ। ਇਹ ਲੜਾਈ ਹੱਕ, ਸੱਚ, ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਸੋਚਦੀ ਸੀ। ਸਿੱਖ ਦੀ ਧਾਰਮਿਕ ਅਤੇ ਰਾਜਨੀਤਿਕ ਸੋਚ ਮੁਗਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਖ ਹੋਣ ਕਾਰਨ ਵੱਡੀ ਗਿਣਤੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਮ ਲੋਕ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਸੋਚ ਅਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਨ ਲੱਗ ਪਏ ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਸੱਦਣ ਲੱਗੇ। ਅਨੰਦਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਧਾਰਮਿਕ ਅਤੇ ਫੌਜੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਦਾ ਗੜ੍ਹ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਣ ਲੱਗ ਪਿਆ। ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਕੀਮਤ 'ਤੇ ਅਨੰਦਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ 'ਤੇ ਕਬਜ਼ਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਨੂੰ ਢਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ। ਇਸ ਕਾਰਨ ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਨੇ 1699 ਵਿੱਚ ਅਨੰਦਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ 'ਤੇ ਹਮਲਾ ਕੀਤਾ। ਇਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਖੰਡੇ ਪਾਟਕ ਦੀ ਪਹੁ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਤਮਿਕ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਲ ਜੋੜ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਜਿਸ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਹੌਸਲਾ ਤੇ ਬਹਾਦਰੀ ਭਰ ਦਿੱਤੀ, ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਨੰਦਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮੀਰੀ ਪੀਰੀ ਸਿਧਾਂਤਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਹੋਇਆ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਕੇਵਲ ਭਗਤ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਬਲਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਧਰਮ ਦੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਕਾਲ ਹਥਿਆਰ ਚੱਕਣ ਤੋਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਨਾ ਹਟਣ ਦੀ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਵੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਘਟਨਾਵਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਧਾਰਮਿਕ ਆਜ਼ਾਦੀ ਅਤੇ ਸਿੱਖੀਆਂ ਸੁਣਨ ਅਤੇ ਚੱਲਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਸੋਚ ਨੂੰ ਪੱਕੇ ਖੜਦਿਆਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਬੇਨੁਰਤਾ ਤੇ ਹੌਸਲਾ ਭਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਅੱਗੇ 1704 ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਚਮਕੌਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਲੜਾਈ ਦੀ ਨੀਂਹ ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਪੈ ਗਈ ਸੀ। ਮੁਗਲ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਸਲਾਮਿਕ ਸੋਚ ਦੇ ਖਿਲਾਫ ਖੜਨ ਵਾਲੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਤਾਕਤ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਸਨ। ਇਹ ਸੰਘਰਸ਼ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੀ 100 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੱਕ ਜਾਰੀ ਰਿਹਾ, ਜਿਸ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਸਿਧਾਂਤਾਂ ਦੇ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਹੋਇਆ ਅਨੇਕਾਂ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ, ਪਰ ਮੁਗਲ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਹਜੇ ਵੀ ਸਬਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ। ਹੁਣ ਉਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਅਤੇ ਬਚੇ ਹੋਏ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਨੰਦਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਘੇਰੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ। ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ ਹੌਸਲਾ ਨਾ ਟੁੱਟਦੇ ਦੇਖ ਝੂਠੀਆਂ ਕਸਮਾਂ ਖਾ ਕੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਲਾ ਛੱਡਣ ਦੀ ਰਾਜੀ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ, ਪਰ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫਿਰ
ਧੋਖੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਿਰਸਾ ਕਿਨਾਰੇ ਹਮਲਾ ਕੀਤਾ। ਅੰਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਆਪਣੇ 2 ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦੇ ਅਤੇ 40 ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਚਮਕੌਰ ਦੀ ਗੜੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਚਮਕੌਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਆਰ ਪਾਰ ਦੀ ਲੜਾਈ ਹੋਈ। ਇਹ ਲੜਾਈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ ਉਸ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਡੋਲ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਸੀ। ਗਿਣਤੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਘੱਟ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਨ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਜ਼ਫਰਨਾਮੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ, ਖਸਮ ਦੁਸ਼ਮਣੀ ਗਰ ਹਜ਼ਾਰ ਅਵਰਦ, ਨਾਯਕ ਮੂਏ ਉੜਾ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਅਵਰਦ। ਭਾਵ ਜਿਸ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਉੱਤੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਓਟ ਹੋਵੇ, ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਦੁਸ਼ਮਣ ਤੇ ਹਜ਼ਾਰਾਂ ਫੌਜੀ ਵੀ ਹਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ। ਇਹ ਲੜਾਈ ਦਰਸਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹੱਕ ਸੱਚ ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਮਜ਼ਲੂਮ ਅਤੇ ਲੋੜਵੰਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਖਾਤਰ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਚੱਕਣ ਤੋਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਟਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਜਦੋਂ ਬੱਚੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਕਲਾਸਮੇਟ ਦਾ ਮਜ਼ਾਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਦਿਮਾਗੀ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਠੀਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਚੰਗਾ ਵਰਤਾਅ ਕਰੋ ਅਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਖੇਡਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ। ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਬਤ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਸਿੱਖ ਸਿਧਾਂਤਾਂ ਲਈ ਬੇਹੱਦ ਪਿਆਰ ਸੀ। ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਦੇ ਸਮਾਜਿਕ ਤੇ ਧਾਰਮਿਕ ਯੋਗਦਾਨ ਉਸ ਦੀ ਉਮਰ ਤੇ ਮੁਹਤਾਜ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ, ਬਲਕਿ ਆਤਮਿਕ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਤੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਉੱਤੇ ਭਰੋਸੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਨੂੰ ਗੋਡੋ ਟੇਕਣ ਦੀ ਮਜਬੂਰ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹਾਂ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ, ਦੇਹ ਸ਼ਿਵਾ ਬੜ ਮੋਹ ਹੈ, ਸ਼ੁਭ ਕਰਮ ਤੇ ਕਬਹੂ ਨਾ ਡਰੋ, ਨਾ ਡਰੋ ਸੋ ਜਬ ਜਾ ਲੜੋ, ਨਿਸ਼ਚੇ ਕਰੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਜੀਤ ਕਰੋ। ਆਖਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਬਲਿਦਾਨ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਮਜ਼ੋਰ ਸੱਚ ਸੋਚ ਦੌੜ ਪੌਂ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਪਰ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਸੱਚ ਅਤੇ ਨਿਆਂ ਲਈ ਖੜਨ ਲੜਨ ਅਤੇ ਡੋਲ ਰਹਿਣ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੇਰਨਾ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਾਣ ਤੇ ਨਿਮਰਤਾ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਬਾਬਾ ਅਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਅਤੇ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੁਝਾਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦਿਆਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਛੋਟਾ ਵੀਰ ਬਣ ਸਕਦਾ ਹਾਂ। ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਉਨੀ ਸਿਧਾਂਤਾਂ ਲਈ ਲੜਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ। ਇਹ ਲੜਾਈ ਦਾ ਜੋਸ਼, ਹੌਸਲਾ ਅਤੇ ਸ਼ਹਾਦਤ ਦੀ ਭਾਵਨਾ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ, ਇਹ ਸਭ ਮੈਂ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਹਿੰਗੀ ਮੁੱਲ ਮਿਲੀ ਹੈ। ਆਓ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇ ਹੱਥ ਤੋਂ ਪ੍ਰੇਰਨਾ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੋਇਆ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਤੇ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਨਾਲ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਜੋੜੀਏ ਤਾਂ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਪੀੜ੍ਹੀ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਜੋੜੀਏ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Last but not least, Jia Kaur. In the meantime, I will still ask if Sahaj Kaur Sekhon is here. Yeah.
Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru.
This time? I forgot this time the timing, but you are on time. Okay. Here is Jia Kaur. Go ahead, start.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਪ੍ਰਗਟਿਓ ਮਰਦ ਅਗੰਮੜਾ, ਵਰਿਆਮ ਅਕੇਲਾ, ਵਾਹੋ ਵਾਹੋ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਆਪੇ ਗੁਰ ਚੇਲਾ। ਦੇਖ ਤਿਗ ਦੇ ਤਨੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਤੇ ਦਾਤੇ, ਖਾਲਸਾ ਫੌਜੀ ਸਰਤਾਜ, ਚਿੱਟਿਆ ਬਾਜਾ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਰਬੰਸ ਦਾਨੀ। ਦਸਮ ਪਿਤਾ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਹੁਕਮ ਥੱਲੇ 1695 ਤੱਕ ਸਿੱਖ ਇੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਰਿਲੀਜੀਅਸ ਤੇ ਮਿਲਟਰੀ ਫੋਰਸ ਬਣ ਗਏ ਸਨ। ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਅਨੰਦਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ ਗੜ੍ਹ ਬਣਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸੀ। ਸਿੱਖ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਨ।
ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਨ, ਹੱਕ ਹੱਕ ਆਗਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ, ਸ਼ਾਹ ਸ਼ਹਿਨਸ਼ਾਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ। ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਦਾ ਮੁਗਲ ਬਾਦਸ਼ਾਹ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਨਾਸ਼ਾਹ ਸੀ। He saw this as a threat to his empire. His hate for other religions was well known, and he also martyred Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji for this reason. ਆਸ-ਪਾਸ ਦੀ ਪਹਾੜੀ ਰਾਜੇ ਵੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਵਧਦੇ ਇਨਫਲੂਐਂਸ ਤੋਂ ਡਰਦੇ ਸਨ। So for all these reasons, Aurangzeb asked his generals to attack Sri Anandpur Sahib to finish his threat. People ask, what inspired Sikhs to fight with such courage? ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਜੋ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਆਇਆ, 3 ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਸਪਾਇਰ ਕੀਤਾ। ਪਹਿਲੇ, ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਟੀਚਿੰਗਸ। ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਡਿਫੈਂਸ ਆਫ ਦ ਵੀਕ, ਜਿਸ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਮੋਰਲ ਪਰਪਸ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਜਦੋਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੇ 1699 ਵਿੱਚ ਖਾਲਸੇ ਦੀ ਸਾਜਨਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਜ਼ਬਾ ਭਰਿਆ ਸੀ। ਦੂਜਾ, ਸੈਕਰੀਫਾਈਸਿਸ। 9th ਗੁਰੂ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਤੇ 4 ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀ। ਜੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੌਮ ਦੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਲਈ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਰਬੰਸ ਕੁਰਬਾਨ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਵੀ ਵੱਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਸੈਕਰੀਫਾਈਸ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਤੇ ਤੀਜਾ, ਇਨਜਸਟਿਸ। Sikhs can never tolerate injustice. 1704 ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਖ ਤੇ ਮੁਗਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੰਬੀ ਲੜਾਈ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਅਨੰਦਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਛੱਡਣਾ ਪਿਆ। ਸਿਰਸਾ ਨਦੀ ਪਾਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਰੋਪੜ ਕੋਲ ਡੇਰਾ ਲਾਇਆ। There, on the request of Bhai Budi Chand, Guruji directed his soldiers to shift their camp to Chamkaur di Gadi. Mughals under Nawab Wazir Khan followed and announced if Guruji surrenders, they will spare him. Guruji replied with arrows, killing Nahar Khan and Ghani Khan. Mughals attacked Guru's forces. That is when the Battle of Chamkaur Sahib took place on 22 December 1704 at Chamkaur di Gadi. ਇੱਕ ਪਾਸੇ ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਦੀ 10 ਲੱਖ ਦੀ ਫੌਜ ਤੇ ਦੂਜੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਬਸ 40 ਸਿੱਖ। ਚਮਕੌਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਲੜਾਈ ਸਾਨੂੰ 3 ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਲੈਸਨ ਸਿਖਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ। 1. Never compromise on our Sikhi core values. I teach my younger brother about the importance of keeping Sikhi saroop and dastar. Sometimes he mentions that other kids tease him about his long hair, but that is where I remind him of the core values Sikh live by. 2. Stay united and never give up. Ona Chali Sikh Wang. If all Sikhs stay united today, we can win any battle. 3. Be a selfless leader. We all will be Sikh community leaders of tomorrow. We should be leaders with courage and determination. Martyrdom of Sahibzada Jeet Singh and Jujhar Singh gave me important lessons. We should never fear standing up against injustice. जो ठीक है, उसनु हमेशा defend करो. As an example, मेरी क्लास विच एक कुड़ी सी जो मैनू ते मेरे फ्रेंड्स बुली करना स्टार्ट हो गई। I stood up and confronted her in front of the school counselor. After that, she was never mean to me and my friends. My friends and parents were so proud of me, but चार साहबजादे दी bravery तो सिक्ख्या to never get scared. We should live a life that inspires and uplifts others. ते सब तो वड्डा, we should have the ability to accept Guru da hukam. If I had the honor of asking Sahajas any question, I would ask, how can I, a 7-year-old girl, make choices today that will inspire future generations? Because you had choices and you chose the path of bravery. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਐਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਅੱਜ 300 ਸਾਲ ਬਾਅਦ ਵੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਸਪਾਇਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਇਨਰ ਸਟਰੈਂਥ ਤੇ ਵਿਜ਼ਡਮ ਦਾ ਰੀਜ਼ਨ ਜਾਣਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ। By understanding and motivated you, I can learn and act with the same wisdom. Sahibzadas were so brave that even a Muslim poet, Allah Yar Khan, writes about their bravery. Seen a misal ayn ki pak saaf tha, satgur ki dushmanon ko bhi ittifaq tha. ये पुश्ते पाक पुश्ते पना है जहान है, सिखों को इसका फक्र है, सिंगों को मान है, सिखों को इसका फक्र है, सिंगों को मान है। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
ਸੋ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਇਹ ਸੀਗਾ ਲਾਸਟ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਪੈਂਟ ਇਨ ਗਰੁੱਪ 1 ਪਰ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਗਰੁੱਪ 2 ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦੇਣਾ। ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਇੰਨੀ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਸਪੀਚ ਬੋਲੀ ਆ, ਹਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਹੱਦ ਬੇਹੱਦ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਪੀਚ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਜੈਕਾਰਾ ਲਾਈਏ, ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ, ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ। ਸੋ ਇਸੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਹਰ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੈਕਾਰਾ ਲਾਇਆ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। And this was for group 1. Again, I am getting ready with group 3. Judges, I have group 2. I have your folders here and I will bring that. And also, Garland ਦੇ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਬੱਚੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ, ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ, actually all the coordinators, ਅਗਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਚੱਲ ਜਾਏ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ 'ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਰੀਜਨਲ ਹੈ ਨਈ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ 'ਚ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਤੋਂ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਵਾਲੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਓ। ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਦ ਰੂਲ। ਸੋ ਦ ਕਿਡਸ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ, ਅਗਰ ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਸਕੀ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸੀਗੀ ਬੱਚੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ, ਤਾਂ ਥਰਡ ਵਾਲੀ ਨੂੰ ਆਫਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਸੀ। ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਤੋਂ ਕਮਿਟਮੈਂਟ ਲੈਣੀ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਯੂ ਲਾਈਕ ਫਸਟ ਤੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਕਮਿਟਮੈਂਟ ਲੈਣੀ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਯੂ ਵਿਲ ਬੀ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਔਨ May 10th, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਰੀਜਨਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸੋ ਇਨ ਫਿਊਚਰ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਗਿਵ ਸਮਬਡੀ ਐਲਸ ਚਾਂਸ ਟੂ। So thank you so much for that. And timekeeper Harpal, ਹਾਂਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ couple of signs ਕਰਵਾਉਣੇ ਨੇ। ਗੁਰਸੇਵ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਕੇ ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਦੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਨੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ questions, which is there should be the questions in that folder. Bring it. Gursne is going to be announcing the names for group 2. In the meantime, when we are collecting the results, we do have the first person who will speak is Seher Kaur, but we are just going to read the questions and then we'll come back to this. It seems like in group 2, everybody checked in. Roslyn Kaur is here, Rubin Kaur is here, Sahiba Kaur, Sahaj Kaur, Seher Kaur, but Suhavi Singh is not here, and Ustad Kaur. So we will make the announcement for Suhavi Singh later on too, but the group 2 Gursne is gonna talk to you and read the questions and make announcement of the name.
Okay, so the questions for group 2 are: which brave Sikh women from the stories did you enjoy learning about most and why? How did the Sikh women in the story show courage in difficult situations? How did they inspire others? And then question 3 is: what lessons can we learn from the brave Sikh women about standing up for what's right? How can you apply these lessons in your own life? So our first participant for group 2 is Seher Kaur.
Waheguru, Waheguru.
And always we write on the computer too, Seher. I always make a mistake. Okay. So judges ready? This is Seher call.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਪੰਡ ਜੰਮੀਏ ਪੰਡ ਨਿਮੀਏ ਪੰਡ ਮੰਗਨ ਵਿਆਹੋ ਪੰਡੋ ਹੋਵੇ ਦੋਸਤੀ ਪੰਡੋ ਚਲੇ ਰਾਹੋ Pyari Saad Sangat Ji, during an era when women were marginalized across many cultures, Guru Nanak Dev Ji acknowledged their significance and advocated for their empowerment. He highlighted the essential role that women play in the circle of life. This path, laid by our first Guru, gave Sikh women the courage to fight, rule, and teach for centuries. One such brave Sikh woman that captured my attention was Sardarni Sadakaur. Despite losing her husband, she did not give up, and instead she rose from this tragedy and found a way to make peace with her rival by offering her daughter's hand to his son. This strategic alliance of the two big missiles made them #1 state in Punjab. Later, upon the sudden death of Sardar Mahan Singh, instead of losing hope, she married her daughter at a young age to Ranjit Singh, which entitled her to manage the affairs of both missiles. Within 9 years of wisely and bravely managing her job, she helped Sikhs become rulers of Punjab. With tact and power, she united all major missiles. Her good negotiating skills persuaded some Sikh chiefs to willingly join her, and the rest she took over with her strong army. She gave the defeated chiefs appropriate positions in her kingdom to maintain unity. With her support and guidance, Maharaja Ranjit Singh built the biggest Sikh Raj in history. Sardarni Sadakaur annexed the neighboring missiles, but not to appease her ego, but to unite them in one happy, powerful state. She taught us, instead of war, use tact, strategy, and diplomacy first. Like Sardarni Sadakaur, there are many other brave Sikh women who have helped shape our world. For example, Mai Bhago was determined from childhood to join the Khalsa forces to protect human rights and fight for justice. She went from village to village, rallying and organizing hundreds of Sikh men to challenge the army following the Guru. She reminded them, Guruji sacrificed his family for our freedom, so why can't we stand up for ourselves? She led them into combat against the Mughal forces, all while fighting alongside men. Another great example of courage and bravery was shown by the Sikh woman in Mir Manu's jail. When Manu could not capture Sikh men, he imprisoned Sikh women and children. The women were forced to grind grain, and on minimum ration they were kept alive. In front of their eyes, their children were tortured. But the Kaurs did not give up their faith, and they kept reciting, Waheguru, Waheguru, Waheguru Ji, Pran jai, par Sikhi na jai. The sacrifices of these Kaurs was so great, it's part of our daily ardas. Similarly, Sardarni Sharnagat Kaur displayed courage and confidence by traveling 20 miles through a hilly and dense forest with Pathan rebels everywhere. But she kept going till she delivered the news of the general's death. Her urgency and grit brought back help in time, and the Pathans surrendered. At a time when women were expected to stay home,
she displayed immense courage by putting her fears behind for a greater cause. Lastly, Mata Kishan Kaur. Despite losing her husband and her sons, she refused to live a lonely life and instead chose to devote herself to preaching equality. She helped drive out the Mahants from Gurdwaras who refused offerings from lower caste Sikhs, as that was against Sikhi principles. She nursed Sikhs who were beaten by the British police and spied on the police who were shooting at a jatha of innocent Sikhs. She taught us the power of Chardi Kala to make the best of any situation. Empowered by the Sikh beliefs in social justice and gender equality, these corps have paved the way for a fair and compassionate world. They taught us to face bullies with courage and help the weak, face tragedies with strength, and fight for everyone's rights. Use tact and wisdom to bring a positive change. Do not crumble when circumstances get tough. Face adversity with a positive mindset and resilience, and act with a pure, selfless heart, focused on Sarbata Bala and trust in Waheguruji. Sad Sangat Ji, I have personally witnessed bullying. Once in class, I heard a girl call another classmate special needs. The girl being bullied only had dyslexia and did not appreciate the name calling. Although she asked the bully to stop, the bully persisted. I intervened and told the bully, "Stop using that hurtful label." Hearing this from someone else finally made the bully stop. I usually hesitate to intervene whenever I witness bullying, despite wanting to take action. But after reading the sakis of these brave corps, I feel empowered to step up and create a change. I am proud to be a corps and believe anyone can make a difference. De Shiva Barmohe Ehe, Shubh Karman Te Kabul Na Taro, Na Daro Arsiyo Jab Jaye Laro, Nishche Kar Apni Jeet Karo. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
So next up we have Sahavi Singh.
Vaiguru, Vaiguru,
I know judges are ready, still mathematic is going on, so that's why we are not starting. But as soon as it's done, she will start.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. More often than not, we get boxed into the stereotypes of what society wants us to be. You should do this because everyone does it. You shouldn't do that because no one has done it. Even so, our desires, what we want to be, get shaped by what is acceptable to the society. One of the stories that deeply connected with me was that of my Bago, because she went past those stereotypes. Every second person in the world is a woman, and we're still discussing matters on woman equality and empowerment. Even in a progressive society like America, there's not been a single woman president till date. And Satsangaji, it was not until 2013, only 12 years back, when the US Army allowed women in combat. My Bago lived in a world which is more than 300 years back. If it's hard today, Satsangaji, imagine how hard it was for my Bago to establish herself as a woman warrior at that time in a male-dominated society. She grew up to build and lead an army of 106 soldiers during the Battle of Mukta. What fueled my Bago was one, an undeterred ambition to stand up against injustice. Two, converting her desires to action with endless hours of hard work. And three, her strong belief in her faith to commit herself in the service of her Guru. Sura so pehchaniye jo lade deen ke hai. The one who fights for a cause and stands up for the rights. Be it a man or a woman, is a real Sura, a brave and courageous soldier of her Guru. The other story that shook me to the core were the women of Shahid Ganj Lahore. It is a story of unimaginable suffering and pain at the hands of Mian Mannu, the governor of Lahore at that time. Women of Shahid Ganj saw their husbands, brothers, and sons killed and hung on spears. They saw their children sliced and beaded into garlands around their necks. And they saw sick bodies hammered with mallets and fed to dogs. Jinna singa singdiyan ne tarmhet seeste, band kahtaye kopya lahaya, बच्चे दे टोटे टोटे करके अपने गला विच हाथ पवाए तिन्हां दी कमाई दा ध्यान करके बोलना जी वाहेगुरु. Every time we say or hear Ardas, we remember them. It is a story of heavy price that we have paid for our existence as Sikhs. This should never be forgotten. But it's also a story of perseverance and survival. It is a story of unwavering faith and resilience. Mannu sai datri te asi mannu disoe, jojo mannu vadda asi dun savai hoye. Mannu tried hard to end us all, and here we are, not just existing, but flourishing. It's these stories that show that courage comes in different forms. For Sardani Sadakor was handling a complex political situation with her wisdom and diplomacy. She came up with a strategic alliance that eventually served as the backbone to the first Sikh empire under Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji. While Sardani Sadakor demonstrated statecraft, Bibi Shah Nagadkor demonstrated her courage through spycraft. She crossed 20 miles of enemy territory to save Jamrud Fort in Peshawar. For Mata Kishan Kaur, the courage was about selfless seva, even if it meant getting arrested in the honor of Khalsa Panth. As a young Sikh girl growing up in America, my challenges may be different, but the answers lie in these stories that I read. I am my Pago when I break the stereotypes and play football with a group of boys. I am Bibi Sadako when I look past differences in a group of friends and work towards building relationships. And I am Bibi Shinagatkor when I'm defending my goal in a game of soccer. Women of Shahid Ganj taught me to be resilient when bullied. Mata Kishankor inspired me to stand up for what is right. These stories have helped me thrive as a student ambassador for my school. I learned that there's a lot more to history than what we read in school books. I learned that the foundation of our religion is based on endless sacrifices. These stories gave me the true meaning of proud to be Sikh. Satsangaji, I learned that standing out is hard. To be the first to do something is hard. To pave way for others is hard. But if we want to bring change, this must be done. Bibi Sadakor couldn't change her fate, but she chose how she reacts to it. When someone irritates me at school, I could just be agitated or I could just be unreactive. I learned that my response is my responsibility. I learned to challenge the norm. I learned to give more than I take. And I learned to stand up for what is right. Desh babar moye hai shubkar mante kabhu na tru. Na duru aur so jab chahe lo, nischay kar apni jeet karo. We face min manus in two forms. In the forms of individuals who bother us, or situations that we're scared of. It is a true spirit of Chardikla that helps us endure, stay positive, and overcome these challenges. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Up next, we have Sahibakor.
Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. The brave Sikh woman that I enjoyed learning about most from this book is Sardani Sadakor. I was curious about how she got into such an important position of power. She was the mastermind behind guiding Ranjit Singh to be the Maharaja of the only Sikh Raj ever. Sadakor stands out as a matchless warrior and administrator, endowed with the admirable qualities of statesmanship. Her leadership, bravery, planning, perseverance, and vision of united Sikhs is why I love learning about her. She lost her husband Sardar Gurbakh Singh in the battle between Ganya and Chakra missiles. He was the heir to Jai Singh, the leader of Ganya missile. But Sardani Sadakaur did not lose her heart, even under these trying circumstances. Akhi gani na dekhande apna birdismale. I loved how she accepted the Guru's will and decided to face problems bravely and tactfully. Sardani Sadakaur ended the tense relationship between the Ganya and Chakya missiles, uniting them by offering her daughter's hand, Mehtab Kaur, to the future Maharaja Ranjit Singh, son of Sardar Mahan Singh. Soon after the engagement, Mahan Singh, leader of Chakya missile, also died. This result, Sardani Sadakaur had to perform the marriage ceremony of her daughter Ranjit Singh when they both were children, so she could conduct and manage affairs of both missiles until Ranjit Singh got older. She used strategy and power while taking over all the major missiles on the path to rule Punjab. Some missile chiefs joined her missile willingly, seeing her good negotiating powers. She also gave appropriate and fair positions to chiefs of defeated missiles. Sadakaur's military support and planning proved pivotal as her young son-in-law went about creating an empire based on Sikh principles of equality and justice for all. I learned about how so many known and unnamed Sikh women showed great courage and bravery in many painful and difficult situations and inspired many people. My Baguji is one such person. Early in her life, she often heard stories of Sikh martyrs. She set it as her goal to end the statewide violence against Sikhs. So since her father wasn't letting her learn from the Guru, she found the courage to train herself till she was an expert in the use of spear. Then she could join the Guru's army. She was a skilled and self-taught martial artist, avid horse rider, and great warrior. In the Battle of Chankor, when the 40 Singhs abandoned Guru Gobind Singh Ji, she challenged these men, even when speaking up to them was against social norms. She rose up in the darkness and became the leader that everyone needed, and she inspired Sikhs by reminding everyone of the sacrifices of Guru Sahib for the Khalsa Panth, and of their duty to stand up and protect our civil and human rights. Sura sope chaniye jo lare din ke het, puja puja kapne kabhu na chade khet. She organized Sikhs for battle and was not afraid of losing her life. She put others before herself. During the times of Mir Manu, Sikh men were forced to go into hiding. But when Mir Manu could not find these Sikh men, their wives and children were captured and tortured, inhumanely and brutally to make them change their faith. But not one person gave in. This is a folk saying about their courage. Manu sadi datri, asi manu de soe, jonjo sanu vadada, asi dun savaye hoye. They stayed in Chardigala, reciting Gurbani and remaining steadfast in their faith. From these brave Sikh women, we must learn to stand by our beliefs, no matter the circumstances, and learn to live a Guru-centered life, following the Sikh principles to know what is right. Consider the consequences of your actions before doing anything, and keep working hard. Naam japo, kit karo, Diwan chako. Like Mata Pagkor, we can learn to find courage, rise up against tyranny, and never give up. Like the fearless woman under the mercy of Mir Manu, we must embrace our faith and stay in Namsraman no matter what. Like Sardani Sadakaur, we can learn that regardless of your gender, caste, or economic differences, you have just as much and more potential as anyone else. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. Aim high with no limits. If Sardani Sadakaur could create an empire, so could you. I apply these traits in everyday life by making sure that when people are judging me, I don't let that bother me. Like when someone was bugging me about my mustache at school, I did not let that get to me, and I spoke up. Hey, I know that, and this is just who I am. I accept that, and everyone is different.
Recently, I went to a SALDEF meeting, and I was very excited to join them with their mission of educating people about Sikhs and Sikhs about their civil rights. At first, I was told I could not help because I was too young, but seeing my enthusiasm, they were willing to allow me to also make a difference. The manager said I could pass out flyers every table volunteer at the Gurdwara. No matter who or how old you are, if you set your mind to something, possibilities are limitless. मैं लड़ लड़ नाल बहादरा दी होई सियानी मैं शीनी पंज दरिया दी मैनू कदी ना जानी वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह.
I know the timekeeper knows, but the Sangat vaste, second group the first bell 5 minutes 30 seconds, second bell 6 minutes, and third bell is 6 minutes 30 seconds. So if the third bell is done, then I'm not saying something happened here. I'm just saying it because I did not hear that announcement. So sare jane bachche dhyan rakhan bells da. Everything is going great. Here you go. Listening.
Our next participant is Rubin Kaur.
Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today, I stand before you to celebrate and honor the remarkable legacy of brave Sikh women who've paved the way for strength, resilience, and courage throughout our history. Their stories aren't just tales of valor, but are powerful reminders of the significant role women have played in shaping our identity and fighting for justice. One of the brave Sikh women whose story resonates deeply is Mai Bagoji, a legendary figure whose fearless leadership during the time of Guru Gobind Singh Ji continued to inspire me the most. She rallied the fleeing soldiers of the Khalsa in the face of overwhelming odds, becoming a symbol of empowerment and bravery for Sikh women. Her courage became a beacon of hope, which inspired many to stand up against oppression. The Gurbani says, "Man re jis man na mare," meaning, "O mind, do not let yourself be defeated," embodies her determination to fight and unwavering loyalty to the Guru, exemplifying the qualities of a true warrior. Her legacy encourages us all to embrace our inner strength and stand up for what is right. Next, we have Sardani Sadakorji, a pivotal figure in the Sikh Empire's formative years. As a skilled strategist and diplomat, she was instrumental in uniting various factions within the Sikh community and fostering alliances that strengthened the Sikh state. The words from Gurbani, "Sach sach kare, sach sach paye," or one who acts with truth will attain truth, reflects her contributions that not only helped in the expansion of Sikh territories, but also laid the groundwork for future generations to thrive. Next, we have Sharnagat Kaur Ji, who emerged as a symbol of courage and bravery during the British colonial rule in India. Actively participating in the freedom struggle, she advocated for the rights of her community and stood against injustice. It is said, when someone stands up, the whole world acknowledges them. This sentiment reflects her efforts in organizing protests and mobilizing support for the cause of independence. She was honored by the Khalsa Panth with the title of Brave Daughter of the Punjab. The Gurbani quote, Nanak naam chaddi kala, tere pane sarbat da pala, meaning, Nanak, may your name bring ever-rising glory, and may your will be the good of all, resonates with her activism, serving as an inspiration for those who continue to advocate for social justice today. Lastly, I want to acknowledge Mata Kishan Kaur Ji, a symbol of bravery, resilience, and unwavering dedication to faith and community. Her courage shone brightly as she stood alongside her community in the fight for justice and equality during times of oppression. Her life and actions served as a powerful model, showing that women can and should be active participants in the community affairs and take pride in their contribution to society. She was an active worker when the Khalsa Panth started the Gurdwara freedom movement in the beginning of the 20th century. Mataji and her associates undertook the seva of the caring for the injured Sikhs, taking them to hospitals and nursing them there during Guru Ka Bagh Morcha in September 1922. During Jaito Morcha, she again performed a daring deed. She was charged for her undercover work and was prosecuted and sentenced to 4 years in prison. When she was released from prison in June 1928, an honor was bestowed upon her from the Akal Takat Sahib to the title of Mata. Moreover, the Gurbani reminder, Jit Pira Basse Soy Pyara, which translates to where love dwells there is true affection, reflects her understanding of community and kinship qualities that she embodied throughout her life. In conclusion, the stories of these courageous Sikh women remind us of the vital role women play in shaping history and fighting for justice. As we honor their contributions, we are reminded of the powerful words from Gurbani, Sikhi ra hirde ch jina paida kiti, meaning those who have faith in the path of Sikhism, their hearts are fulfilled with vigor. Moreover, Sikhya sab sikha de gunmat, which translates to the teachings of the Guru enlighten all Sikhs, reinforces the importance of their legacy. The bravery and determination of these women teaches us all to stand up for justice and equality, ensuring that their remarkable stories continue to guide us in our pursuit of a better world and can help us shape our character and decision making and inspire us to live with purpose and integrity. Thank you. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
The second announcement in the meantime when the next participant is going to come. ਜਿਹੜੇ award ceremony ਹੈ ਅੱਜ 4 ਵਜੇ ਹੋਏਗੀ 4 ਤੋਂ ਮਤਲਬ don't take us for granted like 4 ਵਜੇ ਹੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ. It can 15 minutes early, maybe 15-20 minutes late. So just to let you know, I forgot to make this announcement for Group 1 that award ceremony will be at 4 p.m. today in the Darbar Hall. And please make sure, even if whatever predictions you are doing in your mind, take your plaques today. बार-बार चेक लेके आने साढ़े वास्ते बहुत मुश्किल हुंदे ने या असाइनमेंट किसी दी करके जाओ कि तुसी plaques collect कर लियो in case we are not here. This is the hardest part. I have plaques from 3 years ago that I bring to Gurdwara and then they are not there. So please, 4 o'clock is the award ceremony today.
Our next participant is Ustad Kaur.
Vaheguru. Vaheguru.
Okay, judges, this is Ustad Kaur.
संगत जी फतेह बुलाइए वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह. I enjoyed learning about Sardani Sadakar the most while reading about the great Sikh woman. Sardani Sadakar was born in a distinguished Sikh family and got married to Sardar Gurbaksh Singh, leader of the Kanhaiya Misl. I loved learning about her due to the courage and strategy she showed in the times of adversity. Let me give you some examples. Sardani Sadakar was widowed at a young age. What do you think she would have done? Wept and cried, right? But no, she gathered her courage. In those trying times of adversity, she acted bravely and tactfully. She offered her daughter to marry the son of opponent, Maha Singh, which cemented the friendship of their parents and removed all enmity. And two big missiles, Shukra Chakriya and Kanhaiya Misl, came together as a big force. She was smart, right? When she thought things are getting better, in 3 years, Maha Singh died, and Ranjit Singh became an orphan. So she became the official head of the Shukra Chakriya Misl as well. She did such a great job that she was able to achieve the long-cherished goal of the Sikhs to become the rulers of Punjab. She defeated any invaders so severely that they were silenced forever. I enjoy learning about her the most because it amazes me how Sardani Sadakar was such a good statesman, a courageous and fearless leader, how she organized armies, won numerous battles, and ruled the state for so long, killing enemies by making them friends and allies. She is one phenomenal woman of Sikh history. Turning to the second question, the great woman of Sikh history showed unwavering commitment and utmost courage in strenuous situations. Me and Manu carried out extreme measures to suppress the Sikh community. The Sikh infants were thrown in the air, to be landed on spears, to be martyred, only to shake the faith of the mothers in Sikhi. Did they succeed? Not even once. Tanno Sikh Mava, Jina Sikhi Kesa Swasa Sangnebai. They inspired us to hold our faith no matter what. When many of the Sikh soldiers under Guru Gobind Singh Ji's command abandoned their post in the fight against the Mughals, Bhai Pagu gathered them back and took them to Tan Guru Gobind Singh Ji to have them forgiven for their bedava. Such a great Jathedani. She inspires every Sikh girl like me to carry the torch forward. The bravery of Sharnagat Kaur became a source of inspiration for generations. The story of her strong commitment in the face of brutal oppression is part of the broader Sikh narrative of resistance and sacrifice. All these unbelievable but true stories of brave Sikh women inspire us to follow Sikhi in the times of utmost adversity with unwavering faith and unshakable spirit like they did. They inspire us to learn all the skills we can to serve Sikhi, be it statesmanship, warriorship, Shastra Vidya, and many others. We should work hard on ourselves and read Gurbani to follow the hukam of Tan Guru Granth Sahib Ji. The stories of brave Sikh women such as Sardani Sadakar, Bhai Pago, Bibi Shanagat Kaur, and many others offer powerful lessons about standing up for what is right, regardless of the challenges and adversities one faces. Their courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment to their faith and principles provide valuable teachings such as, first, resilience in the face of adversity. Never allow external circumstances or pressures to shake your faith or commitment to justice. Second, defending justice and equality, standing up for justice, equality, and freedom. Third, courage to defy norms and expectations. Sikh women broke social norms by actively participating in battles, protests, and the protection of their faith and community. Fourth, empowerment of others. Our brave women in history taught us to have courage, to uplift others, and stand with them. To apply these lessons in my life, I believe I need to learn resilience and never give up. Actively speak up if I see injustice. Sometimes standing up for what is right may require challenging social norms or expectations. I now want to learn martial arts to bring in more confidence and self-esteem. I also discussed to break any gender stereotypes. When my grandmother tells me to learn to cook and not to my brother, I believe in equality and humility. So while my brother and I can learn to cook, but can also join Gatka classes together. I have also decided to do my bit to support and uplift others in our community. Empower people around us to believe in themselves and act courageously. In the end, I would pray to Vaheguruji to give me the courage to walk in the footsteps of these brave Sikh women, to bring pride to the Khalsa Panth. देह शिवाबर मोहे है शुभ कर्म अंते कबहू ना डरो और सो जब जाए लड़ो निश्चय करे अपनी जीत करो और सिखो अपनी ही मन को ए लाल छोगर तो उचरो जब आपकी और निदान बने अति हीरन में तब जूझ मरो बोले सो निहाल सत श्री अकाल वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह.
Our next participant is going to be Rosaline Kaur.
Vaheguru, Vaheguru.
Okay, judges, this is Rosaline Kaur.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਮੰਨੂ ਸਾਡੀ ਦਾਤਰੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੰਨੂ ਦੇ ਸੋਏ ਜੋ ਮੰਨੂ ਵੱਧ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੂਨ ਸਵਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਸਿੱਖ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਦਲੇਰ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਦੀ ਅਗਵਾਈ ਅਤੇ ਸੰਘਰਸ਼ ਦੀਆਂ ਕਹਾਣੀਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਮਾਈ ਭਾਗੋ ਇੰਸਪਾਇਰ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਮਾਈ ਭਾਗੋ ਇੱਕ ਨਿਡਰ ਲੀਡਰ ਯੋਧਾ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਅਤੇ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਦੀ ਮੂਰਤ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਸਧਾਰਨ ਔਰਤ ਸੀ ਪਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਧਰਮ ਖਤਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਇਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸ਼ਸਤਰ ਚੁੱਕੇ 1705 ਸੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਕਿ 40 ਸਿੱਖ ਡਰ ਕੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਬਦਾਵਾ ਦੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਮਾਈ ਭਾਗੋ ਵਾਸ ਡਿਟਰਮਿਨਡ ਟੂ ਗੈਟ them back ਮਾਈ ਭਾਗੋ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਅਗਵਾਈ ਕੀਤੀ ਅਤੇ ਯਾਦ ਕਰਾਇਆ ਕਿ ਧਰਮ ਦੀ ਰਾਖੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਫਰਜ਼ ਹੈ ਮਾਈ ਭਾਗੋ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਅਗਵਾਈ ਕਰਕੇ ਮੁਕਤਸਰ ਦੀ ਜੰਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿੱਤ ਹਾਸਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਕਿ ਅਸਲ ਬਹਾਦਰੀ ਸਿਰਫ ਸਰੀਰਕ ਤਾਕਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਲਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਡੋਲ ਰਹਿਣ 'ਚ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਗਵਾਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲ ਸਮਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੌਸਲਾ ਦਿਖਾਇਆ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮਰਦਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਖੜ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਧਰਮ, ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਅਤੇ ਸਮਾਜ ਦੀ ਰਾਖੀ ਕੀਤੀ। ਜਦੋਂ ਸਮਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਕਰਨ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜੰਗਾਂ ਲੜੀਆਂ, ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕੀਤੀ ਅਤੇ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਨੂੰ ਜਿੰਦਾ ਰੱਖਿਆ। ਫੋਰ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ, ਮਾਏ ਭਾਗੋ ਨੇ ਨਾ ਸਿਰਫ 40 ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਅਗਵਾਈ ਕੀਤੀ ਬਲਕਿ ਜੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਧਰਮ ਦੀ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਅਤੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਜਾਰੀ ਰੱਖੀ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਕਿ ਅਸਲ ਬਹਾਦਰੀ ਸਿਰਫ ਲੜਾਈਆਂ ਲੜਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਲਕਿ ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਤੇ ਹੌਸਲਾ ਦੇਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਬੀਬੀ ਸਦਾ ਕੌਰ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਨਾਲੇਜ ਅਤੇ ਵਿਜ਼ਡਮ ਨਾਲ ਸਿੱਖ ਐਮਪਾਇਰ ਦੀ ਐਸਟੈਬਲਿਸ਼ਮੈਂਟ ਕੀਤੀ। ਸਿੱਖ ਮਿਸਲ ਨੂੰ ਯੂਨਾਈਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਾਮ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੀ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲਾਂ ਸਾਲਵ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ। ਮਾਤਾ ਕਿਸ਼ਨ ਕੌਰ ਕੌਂਕੇ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕੀਤੀ ਅਤੇ ਇਨਇਕੁਐਲਿਟੀ ਅਤੇ ਇਨਜਸਟਿਸ ਦੇ ਖਿਲਾਫ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਉਠਾਈ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰੀਏ ਅਤੇ ਜਸਟਿਸ ਅਤੇ ਇਕੁਐਲਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰੀਏ। ਅਖੀਰ, ਮੈਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਤੋਂ 3 ਵੱਡੀਆਂ ਸਿੱਖਿਆਵਾਂ ਸਿੱਖੀਆਂ ਹਨ। ਨੰਬਰ 1, ਆਪਣੇ ਅਸੂਲਾਂ ਉੱਤੇ ਕਾਇਮ ਰਹੋ। ਮਾਏ ਭਾਗੋ ਮੰਗੋ, ਸੱਚ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਹੋ। ਨੰਬਰ 2, ਸਟੈਂਡ ਅਗੇਂਸਟ ਇਨਇਕੁਐਲਿਟੀ ਐਂਡ ਇਨਜਸਟਿਸ। ਮਾਤਾ ਕਿਸ਼ਨ ਕੌਰ ਕੌਂਕੇ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਇਨਜਸਟਿਸ ਅਤੇ ਇਨਇਕੁਐਲਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਖਿਲਾਫ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਉਠਾਵੋ। ਨੰਬਰ 3, ਲੀਡਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਪਾਵਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਵਾਰੀ ਹੈ। ਬੀਬੀ ਸਦਾ ਕੌਰ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਯੂਨਾਈਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਚੰਗੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰੋ। ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਸਿੱਖਿਆਵਾਂ ਮੇਰੀ ਰੋਜ਼ਾਨਾ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਪਲਾਈ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੀ ਹਨ, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਿ ਨੰਬਰ 1, stand against bad things like bullying, injustice and inequality. ਫੋਰ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ, ਜਦੋਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਦੋਸਤ ਬਲੀਡ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇਨਕਰੇਜ ਕੀਤਾ ਟੀਚਰ ਨੂੰ ਬਤਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਫਿਕਸਡ ਹੋ ਗਈ। ਨੰਬਰ 2, ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਲਾਲਚੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨੀ, ਲਾਈਕ ਡੂਇੰਗ ਸੇਵਾ ਐਂਡ ਹੈਲਪਿੰਗ ਨੀਡੀ ਪੀਪਲ। ਫੋਰ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ, ਐਵਰੀ ਸੰਡੇ ਮੈਂ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਲੰਗਰ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ। ਨੰਬਰ 3, ਸੱਚ ਉੱਤੇ ਕਾਇਮ ਰਹਿਣਾ। ਫੋਰ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ, ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਛੋਟੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਮੈਂ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲਦੀ ਸੀ, ਬਟ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਬੀਬੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਕਹਾਣੀਆਂ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਡਿਸਾਈਡ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਝੂਠ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੋਲੂੰਗੀ। ਅਖੀਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਖ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਅਤੇ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਬਿਹਤਰ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ। ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਬਣ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ। ਆਓ ਨਿਆਂ ਅਤੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਈ ਅੱਗੇ ਵਧੀਏ। ਸੂਰਾ ਸੋ ਪਛਾਨੀਏ ਜੋ ਲੜੇ ਦੀਨ ਕੇ ਹੇਤ, ਪੁਰਜਾ ਪੁਰਜਾ ਕੱਟ ਮਰੇ ਕਬੂ ਨਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਖੇਤ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Our next participant is Sehaj Kaur.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
This is Sahaj Kaur.
Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Guru Nanak Sahib said, Pando hi pand, upije pando baj na koi. Meaning, without women, there will be no one in this world. Today, I stand before you to talk about something truly inspiring. The bravery, leadership, and sacrifices of women in Sikh history. One of the greatest inspirations for me is Sardarni Sada Kaur, a woman of unmatched courage and wisdom. She was not just a warrior or a leader, she was a visionary. When I first learned about Sada Kaur ji, I thought, what if I were in her place? Would I have the same courage? She lost her husband in the battle between Kanya and Shakkar Chakya missile. Most people would grieve, feel lost, and struggle to move forward. But in such a time, instead of giving up, she rose like a lioness. She did not seek revenge, she chose unity and peace. She arranged the marriage of her daughter, Mehtab Kaur, to Ranjit Singh, resolving the conflict, ensuring the future of the Sikh community. This showed me that real strength is not just about fighting. It's about making wise decisions, even in the most difficult times. Her story makes me believe that true leadership is about lifting others up. She mentored young Ranjit Singh, guiding him to become Maharaja Ranjit Singh, the great ruler of the first Khalsa Raj. Isn't that incredible? Her life is a shining example of Sokyo Mando Akhye Jit Jame Rajan. She proved that Sikh women are not just supporters, they're leaders, warriors, and change makers. Whenever I face challenges, I think of her. If she could lead an army and build a kingdom, I can surely be brave in my daily life, whether it's standing up for what's right, helping others, or believing in myself. Allow me to share more thoughts on such amazing Sikh women. Mai Pago, a fearless warrior during Guru Gobind Singh Ji's time, breaking social barriers when women rarely trained to fight. She fought alongside Guru Sahib and was even chosen as his bodyguard. That was a huge honor. As Guru Sahib said, "Chidiyan de sang baaz dawa, tabe Gobind Singh naam kahava." Mai Pago was that fearless chidi, standing tall against powerful enemies, inspiring all to fight for what is right. During time of great despair, when 46 soldiers abandoned Guru Sahib at the Battle of Muksar, Mai Pago reminded them of their duty, their faith, and their honor. She led them back to the battlefield. Her wisdom turned deserters into heroes and changed the course of history. Her story teaches me that one voice, driven by truth and conviction, can inspire many to do the right thing. Like Mai Pago, may we always choose courage over fear and duty over comfort. History is filled with stories of courage. I want to focus on one of the greatest sacrifices, which remain nameless, but remind us that name is not important. It's her actions that matter. When Mir Manu, the governor of Lahore, tried to crush the Sikh spirit, he had Sikh women imprisoned, starved, and tortured, believing that breaking them would mean breaking their faith. They endured unspeakable horrors, forced into labor, watching their children suffer to leave their faith. Do you think that was enough to break their will? Absolutely not! Instead, they chanted with unshakable conviction, "Manu sadi datri, asi manu de soe, jojo manu varda dun swaye hoy." Meaning, Manu, you are a sickle, and we are like grass. The more you cut us, the stronger we grow. What made them unbreakable was their unity. They held it not just for themselves, but for each other, understanding that true strength is not just individual resilience, but standing together. Their names are lost to history, but they left us a lesson of unity. When I read about the brave Sikh women, I feel inspired and proud. These women's stories remind me that bravery comes in many different forms. Mata Kishan Kaur teaches me to never stop helping and protecting others.
Her story showed me that true bravery is about standing up for those who cannot fight for themselves. If I see a friend being bullied, I shouldn't ignore it. I should go help and support them. Bibi Shanangat Kaur teaches me to be grateful for the people who support me. Just like she dedicated her life to the Khalsa Panth that stood by her, I should appreciate my family, teachers, and friends. Sardarni Sada Kaurji shows me that women can be great leaders. I should trust myself and make smart decisions. By making the right choices, I can lead with wisdom and confidence. My Pago teaches me that it's okay to be different. It's important to never run away from your responsibility. If someone is discouraged, it's important to motivate them. The Sikh woman Mir Manu tortured teach me that when we support each other, we become stronger. Whether it's in school, sports, or family, teamwork and unity can make us unstoppable. Let's remember these lessons and live in a way that makes the world a kinder and fair place for everyone. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Okay, that concludes group 2.
सो दूसरे ग्रुप दे सारे बच्चों वास्ते जयकारा लाइए। बोले सो निहाल, सत श्री अकाल। सारे ने बहुत अच्छा किया, but with this we are gonna continue to the next group. So as soon as the judges give me the papers, in the meantime, Gursne is gonna read all the questions for group 3, and we are getting ready for the third group judges. So Anhad Singh, Gracie Kaur, Hargun Kaur, Jasleen Kaur, Riya Kaur, Suhavi Kaur, Tejasveer Singh, all are here, right? That's what they told me, that they have checked in. So we will go with the first, she will read the questions, and then we will go with the participant, who is the next one. But hold on.
So group 3 is ages 11 to 13. The book is Selected Episodes from Sikh History, Part 4, by Sikh Missionary College. So the first question is, what were the reasons for the battles fought by Guru Gobind Singh Ji? Do you think a person's life can be transformed by Guru's blessings, Gurbani, Sangat, and self-effort? Explain by giving 2 examples from the book. Question number 2 is, explain the following statement by giving examples. Mind's code of conduct is more important than code of conducts of the body. Rather than giving up their principles for a comfortable life, why do martyrs choose to sacrifice their life? Question number 3 is, do you think Sikh principles are easy to follow? Why or why not? What valuable lessons have you learned from this book, and how will you practice those in your life? So the first bell is going to be at 5 minutes 30 seconds, the second bell will be at 6 minutes, and the third bell will be 6 minutes 30 seconds. And the time allotted for the speech is 6 minutes. Our first participant for group 3 is Ria Kaur.
Waheguru. Waheguru.
Okay, this is Ria for.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Sat Sangat Ji, today I will be talking about how Sikh principles serve as a guide to live a more purposeful and meaningful life. The teachings of our gurus continue to inspire us around the world. Guru Gobind Singh Ji's life is a perfect example for standing up for what's right, especially when it comes to equality. Guru Gobind Singh Ji fought many battles throughout his life, and his reasons for doing so were rooted in his strong beliefs in equality. One of the battles Guruji has fought was a battle with the hill chiefs, who believed in the caste system. Sikhs treated everyone equally, regardless of caste, and this angered the hill chiefs. The chiefs didn't like this because they feared that soon everyone would be respected, and not just the higher castes such as the Brahmins. Additionally, Guru Gobind Singh Ji fought to protect religious freedom, stand up for those who couldn't defend themselves, and fulfill the Khalsa's duty to defend both themselves and others. The Sikh saying, Deg Deg Fateh, reflects this responsibility, emphasizing the Khalsa's role in providing food and protection. Sikh teachings show us that our lives can truly be transformed through Guru's blessings, Gurbani, Sangat, and self-effort. An example of this transformation is Gangaram Brahmin. While visiting a Sikh site under construction, he was moved by the Sangat's devotion and the sound of the Gurbani. When he met Guru Arjan Dev Ji, the langar ration had run out, so he offered his own barley without expecting a payment. Impressed by his genuine devotion and humility, Guruji accepted him into the Guru's court, and he embraced Sikhi. Another powerful example is Bhai Bidhi Chand Ji. He was once a thief, influenced by bad sangat, until Bhai Adali Ji guided him to meet Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Through Guru's blessings, he started doing Gurbani, Seva, and he surrounded himself by Sikh sangat. Through Guru's blessings, Gurbani, Sangat, and self-efforts, he completely transformed his life from being a thief to a Sikh devotee. Another important lesson in Sikhism is about the mind's code of conduct. The saying, mind's code of conduct is more important than the code of conduct of the body, implies that one's mental discipline has to be more prioritized than the outermost actions. Bhagat Kabir Ji wrote, Man jeete jag jeetiyan, jante bikhyate hoy udas. If you conquer your mind, you conquer the world and rise above corruption. So once you have gained control and discipline of your mind, worldly affairs hold no significance in your life. This is why so many Sikh martyrs gave their lives without fear. They understood that the body is only temporary, and after death, your soul merges with Vaheguru. Sikh principles aren't always easy to follow. We all struggle with maintaining discipline, honesty, humility, and courage in our everyday lives. Yet, one of the most beautiful things about Sikhi is that it doesn't require perfection. It invites us to keep learning, growing, and returning to Guruji, no matter how often we may stray from that path. An illustration of this is the story of the Chali Mukte, 46 who left Guru Gobind Singh Ji during the siege of Anandpur Sahib. Later, encouraged by Mai Pagoji, they realized their mistake, returned back to Guruji, and sacrificed their lives in the Battle of Muktsar Sahib. And they asked for forgiveness. Guruji not only forgave him, but he blessed them with spiritual freedom and named them the Chali Mukte. Their story reminds us that even when we fall short, the door back to the Guru is never closed. As long as we recognize our mistakes, seek forgiveness, and strive to return to the Sikh path, Guruji will guide us with love and grace on this spiritual journey. These teachings really help me reflect on my own life and how I can apply these lessons every day. One of the lessons that I have learned is if you do good deeds without expecting an outcome, Vaheguru will bless you with positive outcomes. An example of this is the story of Gangaram Brahmin when he offered his food for langar without expecting a payment. His positive outcome was getting closer with the Guru. I will practice this in my life by participating in selfless seva. Another lesson that I have learned is that spiritual transformation can happen at any point in your life. You just need to remain connected with the Guru and Sangat. It's never too late to grow and evolve with the blessings from Guruji. One more lesson that I have learned in this story is that the concept of birth and death is below us. One example was Guru Arjan Dev Ji's sacrifice. He sacrificed his life to uphold Sikhism and their beliefs. He was so spiritually attached to the Guru to the point where death did not matter to him. Bhagat Kabir Ji wrote, Kal akal kasam ka kehna e prapanch badhavan, kehe Kabir te ante mukte jin hare de ram rasen. The meaning behind this is that death was created by the Lord and that this is only an entanglement. Those who have the essence of the Lord in their hearts are free in the end. And I will practice this in my everyday life by being brave and not taking pleasure in temporary things. I will dedicate more time to finding the Lord inside of me. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Our next participant is going to be Jasleen Kaur.
Waheguru. 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 Waheguru.
Okay, judges, this is Jasleen Kaur.
Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, the 10th Sikh Guru, was a spiritual and warrior leader who dedicated his life to defending justice, righteousness, and religious freedom. Unlike rulers who sought power, Guruji fought against oppression, particularly the forced conversions opposed by the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb. His mission was to protect the weak and uphold the right to practice one's faith freely, inspiring Sikhs to live fearlessly and truthfully. Guruji's teachings continue to guide us today. He emphasized that true transformation requires the power of good bani, the company of the holy, sangat, and self-discipline. Many who came to him seeking personal gain found spiritual enlightenment instead, reshaping their entire lives. For example, Bhai Bidhi Chand Ji was once a feared dacoit bandit, but after receiving Guruji's guidance, he became a brave Sikh warrior, renowned for his daring rescue of the 2 sacred horses from the Mughal army. His transformation was possible due to his devotion, courage, and Guruji's blessings. Similarly, Gangaram Brahman initially sought personal benefit, but upon witnessing the Guru's selflessness, devoted himself to Sikhism. His greed was replaced by the joy of selfless service, seva, proving that when one truly follows the Guru's path, material desires fade. These stories show that spiritual growth requires self-effort, divine wisdom, and the Guru's guidance. Through Gurbani, Sangat, and righteous actions, we too can rise above our flaws just as these historical figures did. A person's mind and spiritual integrity define their character more than physical actions. The body can be forced into submission, but a strong mind never surrenders to falsehood. This was exemplified by Guru Gobind Singh Ji's four sons.
the Sahibzades. During the Battle of Chamkaur, the elder two, Ajit Singh and Jujat Singh, bravely chose martyrdom over surrender. The younger two, Zorawar Singh and Fateh Singh, were captured and offered luxurious lives in exchange for converting to Islam. Instead, they stood firm in their faith and were bricked alive at just 6 and 9 years old. Their unwavering courage and belief in righteousness proves that the mind's values are greater than the bodily existence. Similarly, Guru Arjan Dev Ji, the fifth Guru, was tortured to death by the Mughal rulers for refusing to abandon Sikh teachings. He endured boiling sand and extreme suffering, yet his faith never wavered. His sacrifice was not a loss, but a victory for truth and justice, proving that the mind's strength is more powerful than the body's limitations. This belief is beautifully summarized in Gurbani. Char muhiye to kya hua, jeevat ke hazar. 4 perished, but thousands were inspired to live in their footsteps. Martyrs do not fear death because their sacrifices uphold eternal truths. They teach us that even in modern times, standing firm in our beliefs and moral values is more important than the temporary comforts. Sikh principles are easy to follow because they align with fundamental human values equally: compassion, honesty, and devotion. The teachings of our gurus, established over 500 years ago, remain timeless and relevant today. One of the most profound lessons I have learned from Sikhism is the power of Sangat. The company we keep shapes us. Being surrounded by spiritually enlightened individuals strengthens our faith, morals, and sense of purpose. This collective energy leads us closer to Waheguru. Another powerful aspect of Sikhism is seva, selfless service, serving others without expectation. This principle instills humility, love, and gratitude, allowing us to contribute meaningfully to society. The Guru teaches us that by sharing our blessings, we not only help others but also purify our own hearts. Sikhism also encourages a balanced lifestyle, earning honesty, meditating on God's name, and sharing with others. By living with discipline, honesty, and devotion, we grow spiritually while also fulfilling our worldly responsibilities. Practicing these values has shaped me into a better, more compassionate, disciplined, and connected to my faith. The teachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, and the sacrifices of the Sahibzades remind me daily that true success is not measured by material wealth, but by the goodness of our own hearts and the purity of our action. Final thoughts. Sikhism is more than a religion. It's a way of life that nourishes courage, truth, and selflessness. The Guru's teachings inspire us to live fearlessly, help others, and remain devoted to Waheguru. As Sikhs, we are blessed with a heritage of strength and sacrifice, and it is our responsibility to honor that legacy by embodying these values every day. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Our next participant is Hargun Kaur.
Waheguru.
Judges, this is Hargun Kaur.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Most revered judges and benevolent audience, my name is Hargun Katra, a participant from Eknor Gurdwara, and today I will talk about some topics from Sikh history.
Guru Gobind Singh Ji fought many battles with hill state kings and Mughals due to the following reasons. Number 1, the main reason of these battles was the principles of Sikhism. Like the Institute of Langar lays emphasis on serving one humanity and eradication of high and low discrimination in society. Were against the Brahmins' religion. Really speaking, this was a clash of principles. Number 2, Mughal King Aurangzeb executed Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji for defending religious freedom of Kashmiri Pandits. He also wanted to kill Guru Gobind Singh Ji as he feared that they would threaten his tyrannical rule in North India. On the other hand, the execution of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji showed the 10th Guru an urgent need to resist injustice actively and protect the community from religious prosecution, as this was against the principles of Sikhism. So, he continued to emphasize martial training, use of weapons, and horse riding to the Sikh youth to stand guard on the ideology of Sikhism. Number 3, Guruji lived in Anandpur Sahib, which was built on land purchased from Raja Bhimchand, so it was not sovereign to him. The receipts of costly gifts from his followers, the beating of Ranjit Nagara while proceeding on hunting expeditions, the faith of many kings on Guruji, and the splendor of Guruji's darbar made him and other hill state kings jealous of Guruji. Out of jealousy and because of local disputes, they instigated Aurangzeb against the Guruji. Number 4, Aurangzeb was also jealous of Guruji as his followers called him Tu Padsha, which was not acceptable to him as he was king of Delhi at that time. Number 5, establishment of Khalsa by Guruji in 1699 was viewed as a direct threat to them. I think that Gurmat is a great way of life. Any person who came near it with a dedicated heart could not escape adopting it. Any person with Guruji's blessing, whether it's Gurbani, Sangat, or self-efforts, can be transferred to it. The example Zubai Bidhi Chand, who was a dacoit, had adopted Sikhism when he came in contact with Guru Arjan Ji. The second example was Gangaram Brahmin, who visited Guru Ka Chak for his infatuation of wealth, had an inverse effect, and sacrificed all his wealth and home for the love and service of Guru and God. What is the code of conduct? The code of conduct means rules you have to follow in order to become a good person without impurities. This is what our Sikh gurus wanted us to be. The mind's code of conduct is more important than the code of conduct of the body. This means that rules of living a Sikh life are more important than our body. Guru Gobind Singh Ji explained this statement by giving an example of a donkey draped in lion skin and sending him in the open. People were petrified after seeing it. Then the donkey started braying after watching other donkeys. Then people understood that he's not a lion but a donkey. Guruji taught a lesson to the people that the mind's code of conduct is more important than the code of conduct of the body. Otherwise, impersonated Sikhs would be no better than this donkey. Martyrs sacrificed their lives because their principles were more important to them than their body. In Sikh history, there are many examples, as Guru Gobind Singh Ji himself sacrificed his 4 sons for the sake of Sikh principles. Sahibzada Ajit Singh Ji and Sahibzada Jujhar Singh Ji sacrificed their lives in defense of their faith. The execution of Bhai Taru Singh Ji and 2 younger Sahibzadas by Mughals for refusing to denounce their religion are other examples. The principles of Sikhism are very clear, concise, and easy to follow, attracting every human being. Persons of other religions also consider this religion to be supreme, and a dispenser of powerful sermons to its followers. Many famous people are attracted to Sikhism, like Samian Mir and Bhai Langaji. We can easily adapt principles of Sikhism by working hard to earn money and use part of that money to help the needy. We can also start Langar to feed hungry people. This serves mankind. We can donate things we don't need to the poor who might need it. Nowadays, Sikhs should set up funding organizations for needy students so they can continue higher studies and training for employment. We should always be ready to protect the downtrodden. We have learned many lessons from the lives shown in this book. like Baba Deep Singh, who sacrificed his life for keeping his promise to teach a lesson to the Mughals who desecrated our holiest shrine. Bayuday Singh Ji, who sacrificed his life for the service of Guruji, and S. Baghel Singh, who defeated the Mughal king Shah Alam with his political maneuvers without wasting a drop of blood. We and our today's Sikh leaders should be motivated by the lives shown in this book. We should follow the path shown by our Gurus and live a life of true Sikhs. As a Sikh person, we should adopt principles of Sikhism for serving humanity. At the end of the day, we may be too immersed in our own lives, handling business this way or that, but 10% of our time, 10% of our money, and even 10% of our efforts can impact the lives of the hungry and the downtrodden greatly. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. May our Sikh community strive and thrive in peace and prosperity.
Our next participant is Tejasveer Singh.
Yeah, that's fine. Vah, Guru. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਸੂਰਾ ਸੋ ਪਹਿਚਾਨੀਏ ਜੋ ਲਰੇ ਦੀਨ ਕੇ ਹੇਠ ਪੁਰਜਾ ਕਟ ਮਰੇ ਕਬੂ ਨਾ ਛਾੜੇ ਕੇਟ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ I don't just want to share history with you. I want to share what I felt while reading these incredible sakis from the book Selected Episodes from Sikh History. These are not just accounts of battles and sacrifices. They are lessons that have touched my heart, changed the way I think, and strengthened my faith. At first we wonder, why would a guru, a spiritual leader, pick up the sword? Shouldn't he be doing Nam Japna in peace? But as we read, we realized Guru Gobind Singh Ji wasn't fighting for land or power. He was fighting for truth, for justice, for the future of us. When I read about the Battle of Bangani, I could almost feel the weight of responsibility on Guruji's shoulders. He saw people suffering, being denied their basic dignity, and he refused to stay silent. Gurbani affirms, Sura so pehchaniye, jo lare deen ke het. A true warrior is one who fights for righteousness, echoed in my mind. I asked myself, if I saw injustice today, would I have the courage to stand up like Guruji, or would I stay silent because it's easier? His battles taught me that defending the truth is never easy, but it's always worth it. Moreover, it strengthened my belief that the Guru's blessings received through reading or listening to Gurbani and being in the company of Sangat has the power to transform one's life. However, in today's world, filled with countless distractions, it also requires our own effort to walk on the Guru's path. When I read about Baba Deep Singh Ji,
I didn't just see a warrior. I saw someone whose faith made him unstoppable. He was once a learner just like us, but through Gurbani and the Guru's guidance, he became fearless. When I imagined him picking up his own severed head and still walking forward, I could see the Guru's words alive in him. Then there's Bhai Taru Singh Ji. I still can't comprehend the amount of courage it takes him to sit there, knowing your scalp is about to be torn from your head, and yet remain at peace. His Saki made me ask myself, where did he find that strength? The answer is in Gurbani. Jin har sevya tina sapaya. Those who serve Vaheguru find peace. His love for the Guru was so deep that no physical pain could shake his spirit. And it made me wonder, do I turn to Gurbani when I face difficulties, or do I let fear consume me? These Saki showed me that the real battle is not fought with swords, it's fought in the mind. One of the most powerful lessons I learned was through Guru Gobind Singh Ji Saki of a donkey and a lion's skin. People were scared until the donkey brayed. That's when they realized it was all just a disguise. This made me think, how many times do we focus on looking good on the outside while ignoring what truly matters on the inside? Guruji's message was clear. Manjite Jagjit, one who conquers the mind, conquers the world. And then I saw this lesson in action in the lives of our martyrs. Bhai Matidashi was sawed in half, his body was torn apart. His lips continued to recite Japji Sahib. The same is true for Bhai Satidashi, who was wrapped in cotton and set on fire. Their faith were unshaken. They didn't care about their physical sufferings because their minds were strong. I started thinking, what if I applied this to my own life? What if instead of worrying about how others see me, I focus on strengthening my mind and soul through Gurbani? The only way I can think of keeping my mind and body strong and in discipline is by following the Sikh principles. Sikh principles are easy to follow if we leave our wisdom, our mat, and follow the Guru's wisdom, Gurmat. They guide us to live truthfully, honestly, and fearlessly with faith in one God. Our martyrs didn't have a secret strength. They followed the basics, Naam Japna, Kirt Karni, and Van Chakna. These aren't burdens. They are natural ways to live, but surely needs tremendous discipline. Guruji teaches us, Sacho ore sabko, upar sach achar. Truth is higher than everything, but higher still is truthful living. Speaking the truth may seem hard, but when I do, I feel lighter and more connected to Vaheguru. Sikh principles don't make life harder, they make it meaningful, peaceful, and beautiful. Bhai Langaji walked miles just to offer a pot of curd, not out of obligation, but out of love. That's the key. When we walk this path with love and faith, the Guru makes it easy. With the Guru by our side, no path is too difficult, and every step is a blessing. Reading this book didn't just teach me history, Sangatji. It gave me a mirror to look at myself. I want to be fearless like Baba Deep Singh Ji, who didn't let anything stop him from fulfilling his duty. I want to be steadfast like Bhai Taru Singh Ji, who chose faith over fear. Sach kaho sun leho sabe, jin prem kiyo tin hi prapayo. Only those who love God shall find peace. I want to be selfless like Bhai Langaji, who gave without expecting anything in return. Seva karat hoine kami tisko hot parapat swami. Selfless service leads to the Lord. These Sakis are not just written in books. They are written in the spirit of every Sikh who chooses to live by them. And with Vaheguruji's blessings, I make a promise, not just to read them, but to live them. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Okay, our next participant is Anhud Singh.
Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Yeah.
Okay, this is Anhad Singh.
Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Throughout history, moments of darkness demand light, a light that comes to defend truth and justice. The Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, was such a light, a warrior, a saint, and a poet who stood firm against tyranny and continued Guru Nanak Sahib Ji's message. Sach ki bani, Nanak aakhe, Sach sunai si, Sach ki bela. Guru Sahib spoke the truth and acted upon it. Kavi Senapat coined it beautifully. Taram het, sakajin kiya, sis diya, par siran na diya. His battles were not for conquest, but for righteousness, driven by 3 core principles. The first, defending religious freedom. Guru Sahib fought against rulers who sought to impose their faith upon others, but he ensured that all had the right to practice their religion freely. The second, upholding justice and equality. The Guru's teachings and the formation of the Khalsa were made to challenge and break the chains of inequality, which led to oppression from the rulers. And the third, preserving Sikh serenity. As the Guru's message spread among both Hindus and Muslims alike, the rulers saw him as a threat, but they failed to silence him. Satgur paras parsiye, kanchan kare, manur mlina. With the touch of Guru, an impure heart can turn into gold. Baba Deep Singh, originally a devoted scholar of Gurbani, realized the urgent need to defend Sikh values. The Guru's blessings and Gurbani, with the company of the Sangat, enabled him to do prachar, while also defending Shri Harmandir Sahib, even with his head cut. Bhai Taru Singh similarly endured immense suffering, but he never wavered. It was his Gurbani, his Simran, blessings of the Guru, and guidance from fellow Gursikhs that enabled him to be Pura. They exemplify the concept of Gur Prasad. So absolutely yes, a person can be transformed by practicing what the Guru says and learning from his fellow Gursikhs. Now, in order to maintain a mind's code of conduct, it is fundamental to have conviction, no duality in that mind. Without conviction, just physical conduct will not last you long. The essence of Sikhi is found in both Bani and Bana, 2 strong core beliefs. Yet, it is the clarity of thought and the strength of character that is fundamental. Fine warriors and soldiers were present before Sikhi. But the Guru Sahib created the Khalsa, saint soldiers meant to control the mind before they wielded the sword. Bhai Mati Das, Bhai Sati Das, and Bhai Dayala Ji understood this principle well. Given the choice to forsake their faith for worldly comfort, they stood firm, choosing martyrdom over compromise. This shows that they had no duality in their mind. Martyrs understood the message from the Gurus and the Gursikhan de Shahidi that at the right time, giving up their life would save generations, preserve truth, and uphold justice. The book states that their resolve in the face of suffering was an unshakable testament to their faith. Yet the path of Sikhi is not one of ease, but of purpose. The principles of honesty, equality, and selfless seva require commitment. In a world filled with distractions, materialism, and deception, staying true to Sikh values demands resilience. Seva, one of the core concepts of Sikhi, connects us directly with the divine. In today's society, the focus is, what is in it for me? But it takes Guru's blessings and the Sangat's influence to do Seva. It is one of my key learnings from this book, where I realize I have fallen prey to this mindset, and I must do better. While I get busy with my schoolwork, band, and classes, I feel that I need to do more Seva, even starting from baby steps like Langar Seva and Kirtan programs. I realize that Seva is a way to bring humility into my life and push myself towards Sikhi. I realize I don't do enough, apart from reciting Gurbani, let alone understanding it well. I would like to understand Gurbani better and proactively speak about who I am and my dastar. I intend to be with the Sangat more, as I realize that spiritual progress and strength are nurtured through the Sangat only. The legacy of Sikhi is carved in the sacrifices of its martyrs, in the battles fought for righteousness, and in the unwavering spirit of its followers. Guru Gobind Singh Ji's life is not just a history. It is a call to action, a challenge to uphold truth, and an eternal flame of inspiration. Sikhi is not just to be spoken of, but to be lived. Not just to be remembered, but to be embodied. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Our next participant is Sahavi Kaur.
Vaheguru. Okay.
वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह चुनकर आज हमा हिलते दर गुरजश्त halal ast burdan ba shamshir dast. When all has been tried, yet justice is not in sight, it is right to pick up the sword and fight. These powerful words, written by Guru Gobind Singh Ji in his Zafarnama, are more than just a call to action. They are a profound declaration of justice, resilience, and the duty to stand against tyranny. Today, I stand before you to share the inspiring life of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Sikh heroes, and the power of inner strength. Guru Gobind Singh Ji fought many battles. He had three main reasons for doing so. First, there was an ideological clash between the Sikhs and the Brahmins. Sikh ideals promote equality, which means no discrimination and no caste. This directly clashed with the Brahmins' ideas of class-based hierarchy, which was enforced by the Kshatriya Rajas of the hills. Secondly, political rivalry also led to many battles. Raja Bhimchand and his supporters wanted to restrain the Guru's growing influence in the region. This led Raja Bhimchand to stand with the Mughals and attack Guruji and his Sikhs, which caused battles like the Battle of Bangani in 1688, where Guruji and his forces defended themselves against the combined armies of the hill chiefs and their Mughal allies. Finally, jealousy also played a significant role. Raja Bhimchand was envious of the Guru's growing influence in the region. He feared that his strength and growing spiritual following would lead his people to follow him instead. This led to repeated provocations, insults, and eventually attacks on the Guru and his followers. Despite their betrayals and attacks, Guruji remained strong, always fighting to protect his people rather than seeking revenge. I believe a person's life can change completely with the Guru's blessings, Gurbani's wisdom, the Sangat's support, and personal effort. It is not easy, but with faith and dedication, change is possible. Sikh history gives us great examples. Bhai Banda Singh Bahadur, once a Hindu Aztec, transformed into a fearless warrior after meeting Guru Gobind Singh Ji leading the fight against the Mughals. Another example is Bhai Bidhi Chand Ji, a former thief who embraced Sikhism through Guru Arjan Dev Ji's influence, teachings, and the Gursangat. In difficult moments, when I have felt anxious or afraid, I always remember Vaheguru. Even this simple act of remembrance can bring a sense of peace and connection to Vaheguru. Aap gur chela hoye, sabko har naam ditta. The quote and examples show that with the Guru's guidance, wisdom, and dedication, a person can transform completely. It is said the mind's code of conduct is more important than the body's. This means that inner values matter more than outward actions. A strong mind leads to truthful actions, while a weak mind leads to compromises. Guru Arjan Dev Ji endured extreme torture, but never gave up his Sikh principles. His strength did not come from physical power, it came from his connection to Vaheguru. Another example is Bhai Taru Singh Ji. When forced to choose between life and cutting his unshorn hair, he chose to stay true to his Sikh values. Despite brutal punishment, their faith stayed unshaken. Martyrs like Guru Arjan Dev Ji and Bhai Taru Singh Ji sacrificed their lives for their principles because they understood that spiritual truth is eternal, while life is just temporary. Their strong faith and commitment to Sikhi made giving up their lives feel natural, as nothing else mattered more to them. When I read about their bravery, I was inspired to focus on my inner character rather than my outward appearance and what others expect. Their sacrifices are a reminder that real strength lies in the mind, not just physical survival. Sikh values, truth, equality, humility, and devotion are noble but challenging to follow in daily life. Sikhs must wake up early for prayers, practice honesty, and avoid ego, which requires self-discipline. Sikhism also values seva and contentment over greed, which can be difficult in today's materialistic world. In school, it is tempting to respond with anger when wronged or cheat when struggling. Instead, I remember my Sikh values of kindness and honesty. It is in moments like this that our true strength is determined. With dedication, it is simple, focusing on honest living, kindness, and devotion. From this book, I have learned two valuable lessons. First, my mindset and values matter more than others' perceptions. Second, I have realized that everyone is equal, regardless of race, gender, or age, and deserves compassion. The battles fought by Guru Gobind Singh Ji deepen my understanding that beneath all differences, we share a common humanity, and it's this shared humanity that unites us. I will stay true to my values and treat everyone equally by practicing these values in my daily life. If I see someone being bullied at school, I will step in to help, even if others might think less of me. Similarly, if I see someone being excluded, I will invite them to join me, practicing inclusivity and making sure they feel welcome, because I know what it feels like to be left out. Inspired by Guru Gobind Singh Ji and Sikh martyrs, I will stand for justice in demanding situations and help others selflessly, following the principle of Sarbat da Pala. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Our next participant is Gracie Kaur.
Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru.
This is Gracie Kaur.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। सूरा सो पे छाणी जो लड़े दीन के है, पुरजा पुरजा कट मेरा कभू न छाड़े के। Dasam Pita, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, fought several battles in his lifetime, driven by the principles of justice and freedom. He fought the battles not for personal power or gain, but rather to safeguard the community from oppression. One of the main reasons he fought for was for defense against religious persecution and unprovoked attacks. Guru Sahib stood firm to safeguard the faith and resist forced conversions. Many battles, such as the Battle of Bangani, were defensive responses of attacks by Mughal forces and their allies. The second main reason he fought for was for establishing a just society. Guru Sahib was deeply committed to justice, equality, and fairness. His battles were often against tyranny, corruption, and any form of injustice, whether it came from Mughal rulers or local oppressors. I believe that people can change because of the Guru's blessings, Sangat, Gurbani, and self-effort. These elements work synergistically to uplift the mind, purify the soul, and guide an individual towards a life of purpose, peace, and spiritual fulfillment. The Guru's Kirpa opens the door for spiritual awakening and divine guidance. Gurbani serves as a roadmap for living a life of purpose. Sangat provides a supportive community, and self-effort ensures that the individual actively engages in the process of transformation. Bhai Bidhi Chandji's life is a remarkable example of transformation. The Guru's grace filled him with wisdom, and by embracing the teachings of Gurbani, he found strength and clarity, allowing him to shift his focus from worldly matters to spiritual growth. The Saki by Ganga Ram Brahmin also teaches us how the Guru's blessings filled him with a sense of purpose and guided him towards a more spiritually focused life. The mind's code of conduct is much more important than the code of conduct of the body. It suggests that our inner values, mental discipline, and principles take precedence over physical actions and behaviors. Our inner sense of what is right is more important than giving in to temporary pleasures or avoiding discomfort. If we read the Sakhis of our martyrs, Guru Arjan Dev Ji, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, Baba Banda Singh Bahadur, and many others, their stories emphasize that the mind's moral and ethical framework is more important than the body's code of conduct. Their mental strength guided their actions, even in the face of suffering. Baba Zorawar Singh and Baba Fateh Singh Ji, at such young ages, showed their strength, courage, and determination and chose to sacrifice their lives rather than living a comfortable one. Sikh martyrs choose to sacrifice their lives in order to defend the values of justice, righteousness, and selflessness central to their faith. Their sacrifices often aim to resist oppression, protect religious freedoms, and stand for truth. Shahidi in Sikhi is viewed as a devotion to God, service to humanity, and a way to inspire future generations. They were inspired by the teachings of the Gurus, who exemplified courage, selflessness, and unwavering commitment to the truth. Sikh martyrs prioritized their spiritual duty over material comfort because they believed that their lives, guided by their principles, had a higher purpose, and they chose to live with honor and sacrifice, rather than compromise their beliefs for the sake of worldly pleasures. And they left us a powerful legacy of resilience, justice, and faith. Sikh principles can be challenging to follow because that requires deep commitment, discipline, and sometimes even going against traditional practices. Sikhs are taught to practice humility, equality, selflessness, and devotion to God. These values can be hard to live by in a world focused on material success and individualism. Our gurus taught us that the path to spiritual growth is a journey, and the effort itself brings its own rewards. However, the beauty of Sikhism lies on its emphasis on continuous improvement rather than perfection. With the strong sense of Sangat and Pangat, who share the same values, and constant reflections on the teachings of Gurbani, the challenges of living according to Sikh principles can become easier to manage. Our book teaches us some powerful lessons. One of them is standing up for what's right. The stories of the Gurus and Sikh warriors showed how they fought against injustice and oppression, even when it meant risking their lives. Personally, at school, I heard my friend was getting bullied, and I approached the bully to confront them about it. The second lesson is the transformative power of the Guru's guidance. The Guru's teachings led people to a deeper understanding of their purpose in life, guiding them towards a more honest one. The third lesson is unity and equality. Sai Mir Mirji laid the foundation of Sri Darbar Sahib, and it shows that our Sikh Gurus have always encouraged equality. I can practice these lessons every day by remembering who I am, what my purpose is in this world, standing up for myself and others around me, practicing empathy, being a nirbol, and remembering that I'm a proud Sikh. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
So that concludes group 3. Can we do a Jakara for all the participants? Bole Sonehal, Sat Sri Akal. So now we're going to take a longer break before group 4 and 5 start. So right now it's about 12:30. So could everyone please come back by 1:15?
So Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. As Guru Sneh told you, like 1:15, we should start moving towards the